and gentlemen, the books is in. The books are in. Yep. They're in. They're here.
All right. Peace and black, excuse me. Dang, I'm words arguing. Call up peace and black African power, y'all. Welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV, the Kofi Piesie research team. First, I would like to say ETM Hotep, Dua Aku, Dua Netcha, Fatmu Alafie, Fatmu Riri, Fatmu Awe Majuba Iba Ii Gungun, Majuba Iba Ii Gungun, Majuba Iba Ii Lakba, Majuba Iba Ii Lak Ba I Gungun Kiki Gungun. We always want to give honor and praises to the ancestors, because without the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are our ancestors. I also want to stand honor and praises to the true and living elders out there according to an African worldview and from an African perspective. All right. We have brother Haret Sean Calfani on the panel. We got brother Sutek Okandi Uyani Olawa on the panel. Before we get it in, man, y'all got anything to say, man?
Nah, black African power.
Yeah, man. Share Lafayette. I need peace to the family. As you coming in, make sure y'all please like and share the show. Ready to get it in.
All right. I'm gonna share my screen real quick, man. Yeah, y'all please like and share the show. As Bebo said, my pronunciations are getting it's getting better, man. Appreciate it. I will share my screen real quick, man. Let me do this real quick. All right. Share my screen. All right, we can go right here first. All right. Is my screen? Y'all let me know on my screen sharing.
Just sharing.
All right. Today's show is called "Are We Standing on the Shoulders of Our Ancestors When We Critique Their Works?" Now, I just want to put this little disclaimer out here because there's been a lot of talk, over not even over the past week. It's been some talks a while back here. And let loose. The talks ceased. Now it's coming back around where we're talking about some of the works of the ancestors. But first, I want to say Kofi Piesie research team and Mossi Warrior clan has never disrespected our great ancestors and their works. I want to reiterate that again. Y'all never heard us disrespect any of the ancestors or the ancestors' work. There is not one show that we have not honored our ancestors in high regards. So please do not get confused that when we critique or disagree with something they said or wrote as disrespectful. So we're not being disrespectful. So let's look at, are we standing on the shoulders of our ancestors when we critique their works and build on to their works? This is I just want to put that little disclaimer out there before we start the show, and even this with Sheikh Auntie Diop. Now this is coming from Sheikh Auntie Diop. It says, "I would like to see above all a greater number of researchers, Afro-Americans, young Americans, and even whites. Why not? Because it's the young who are the least prejudiced. As a conquest." As consequences, they are the most capable of making triumph from the older generation. Wow, that's powerful, man. You know what, man? I just, wow. Y'all done read this so much right here, Sean, and I'm gonna keep reading, but I never even looked at it, never paid attention to what.
Hey, hold on, because you kind of broke up when you said that. So what you're trying to reiterate, it needs to be stressed right now.
Okay, so he says
the first line again, please.
Okay, well, I'll just start off. It says, I would like to see above all great number of researchers, right? Afro-Americans, young Americans, and even whites. Why not? Because because it's the young who are least prejudiced. As a consequence, they are the most capable of making triumph ideals, which frightens the older generation. Also, I think that it will be necessary to put together polyvalent, polyvalent scientific teams capable of doing in-depth studies for sure, and that's what's important. Now he's saying here, put together, and I'm mispronouncing it, polyvalent scientific teams capable of doing in-depth studies for sure, and that's what's important. It bothers me when someone takes me on my word without developing a means of verifying what I say. Again, he says, it bothers me when someone takes me on my word without developing a means of verifying what I say. We must form a scientific spirit capable of even the weakness of our own proof, of seeing the unfinished side of our works and committing ourselves to completing it. You understand? Therefore, you should then have a work which could honestly stand criticism, because what we've done would have been placed on a scientific plane. And this here is out of the Black World volume, whatever number that is, 2023, I think. 23, number 4. This was in February 1974, page 157 through 158. This is an interview. Kofi Waguru is interviewing Sheikh Anta Diop, and these are the words that are coming from Sheikh Anta Diop. So we are doing what Sheikh Anta Diop is saying. He is telling us that it's up to the young. We are least prejudiced.
Hold up.
He said, go ahead.
Hold up. You ain't got to say we the least prejudiced. You can say it just like this. He asked us to not take him at his word.
Correct.
He said that you need to basically go behind my work.
Right.
And he ends it. Therefore, we should then have a work which could honestly stand criticism. Key word, criticism. Mm-hmm. Because what we've done would have been placed on a scientific plane.
Facts.
So I want to say this, and I wanted to make sense to everybody. The ancestor Sheikh Anta Diop is the light of African Americans' go-to. When it comes to a scientist in the field of study, challenging white academia, fighting for the hearts and minds of Africa, scholastically, they look to Sheikh Anta Diop. The people that came before us, the people who have been doing all this extra woofing, look to Sheikh Anta Diop. But they're not reading his work. They're not following his instruction. They're not paying attention to detail. Why? Because he literally told us in the bold print, he says, we must form a scientific spirit capable of seeing even the weaknesses of our own proofs. Of our own proofs. Right? Because what you think might be the truth may not be the truth, which means your bias will be in the way. The underlying issue is that your bias will create a prejudice. But he's saying we must form a scientific spirit capable of seeing even the weaknesses of our own, of seeing the unfinished. He's telling you, my work is incomplete. There's something coming in the next generations that's going to inspire my work to be edited, updated, and moved forward. Because science is self-correcting. He's a scientist. This is why people revere him, because he's a scientist. He knows that work is self-correct. He knows it's coming down the line. You got to have proper research methodology, and you got to have the tools to know and to do in order to advance scholarship, because science means to know and to do. He says, listen to one more time. We must form a scientific spirit capable of seeing even the weaknesses of our own proofs, of seeing the unfinished side of our work, and of committing ourselves to completing it. Straight like that. So when people go ahead. I'm holding my breath.
No. Go ahead. You going in now, because I mean you doing exactly what I was gonna do. Break down breaking down what exactly he's saying, because people missing. Because even when I was reading it again, and y'all read it so many times, and I done looked at it, I really, missed over some of the jewels that he actually was dropping, and we are actually absolutely doing what he says, what he expects for us to do. We're doing that, but we're being, I'll say, demonized, or we're being misunderstood because we are saying certain things about the ancestors' work, but we only doing what they told us to do. And so some people say we are not standing on the shoulders of the ancestors because we are critiquing their work, or we are sharing some of our disagreements, but we're doing it tastefully, and we're doing it, respectfully. So we're not disrespecting the ancestors. We are only doing what the ancestors told us to do. Even John Henry Clark shares this same sentiment as Sheikh Anta Diop. He said, do not take him at his own words. You see, so you have to go and he wants you to go and verify what he say. So we are doing what the ancestors are asking us to do. I'm gonna show this when I'm gonna let you go on in, Sean. Okay, real quick. Like, a lot of people don't know what research is, and I try to explain what I do, and what we do when we reading books, right? So there's been some talks that, and nobody really saying too many names, but I know it's kind of been like toward addressed us and pseudo killers, because we've been having a conversation about Chancellor Williams' work. We've been having a conversation about Ivan Van Sertima's work. I think there was even something mentioned last night or something about Stolen Legacy, George G. James, right? But these are some of the elders' works, right? So here is Sheikh Anta Diop book, right? And I have numerous books of Sheikh Anta Diop book, right? So if I'm finna read this for the first time, The African Origin of Civilization, The Myth of Reality by Sheikh Anta Diop, right? So if this is my first time and we read over here, I can show you in my books, I have highlights, underlining and stuff like that. I've read this book a long time ago. So if I'm reading this book, this is what I would do. I will always go back and read when was the timeline of this book written in, right? Hold on, y'all. My son done got everything thrown off when he called me. Hold on, y'all. Let me get back on here. All right. So this book by Sheikh Anta Diop, it says copywritten in 1974. So Sheikh Anta Diop book was written in 1974. So now I got it. Okay, well, now I'm trying to picture in or imagine the time that he was written in. So if I do see something in here that I don't agree with, I understand that it was written in 1974. I'm going to elaborate a little bit on that in a minute. Okay. Sheikh Anta Diop. There's been talk about Sheikh Anta Diop. We've been talking about Sheikh Anta Diop book, right? Now, this book has been revised a few times, but right here, published in 1987. So this book by Sheikh Anta Diop, The Destruction of Black Civilization, right, was published. Huh?
Chancellor Williams.
Chancellor Williams, I'm sorry. So, again, this book was published in 1987. All right. George G. James. George G. James, another ancestor, Stolen Legacy, right? This book has been revised a few times as well. That's why you have different covers. You have different people revising this. And I think this one's by Malunti Ashanti. Yes, Malunti Ashanti, who went back in 2001 and wrote a foreword and a study questions and for the book. But this book was first published in 1954. So now I got to take place. Okay, this book was written in 1954. Okay. Now, Ivan Van Sertima. They came before Columbus, the African presence in ancient Africa, right? This book was first published, and it's been published a few times. 1976. So now I got to take account that this book by the ancestors was written in 1986. So a few of the books that I showed you that we dealing with the ancestors, because people was talking about, we can't, we're bad because we doing what Sheikh Anta Diop told us to do. And that is to build on to his work. That is to build research team. You know what I'm saying? That, so we're doing exactly what Sheikh Anta Diop said. That's why we started out with the quote, verbatim coming from Sheikh Anta Diop. Now, and we have discrepancies. Now, we talked about this book yesterday. We talked about the discrepancies in this book. There are even some, we have talked in the past about discrepancies in the Stolen Legacy book. We have even been talking about some of the discrepancies that's in Sheikh Anta Diop's book.
Hey, before you go further,
mm-hmm.
The reason why we have found discrepancies in the works that you hold up, because we actually did what Sheikh Anta Diop told us to do, and that was to form teams. We read all the works as teams. So we got different perspectives from each individual person that collectively put in the work on those books. So I want to say this, and I want people to hear me very clear. The Seshu uncovered the discrepancies in the ancestor George G.M. James' works, which led us to him sourcing a Madame Blavatsky.
Mm-hmm.
We uncovered that because a collective, we were chasing down quotes and sources. And when we began to chase down these quotes and sources of these ancestors, we then began to say, hey, we can get rid of this. We got updated scholarship. We can get rid of that. We got updated scholarship. We can add to this because it'll help us advance scholarship. Only in correcting that, we began to say we can't do this one way. We have to first have a respectful way to do this. Now, a few years ago, the Amun-Ra squad sat before a panel and dealt with the same situation. Same situation coming from some of the, I ain't gonna say all of these people, but some of the same voices who vow to uphold the sacredcy of these people's names. Now, when I get into my bill, I'm gonna say a couple of things that might rub some people the wrong way, and then I may say some things that may open these people that I rub wrong eyes. But go ahead, Kofi, before you give me the flow.
Yeah, I just wanted to go through and give some context when I hold these books up. Like you mentioned, Madame Blavatsky in this book that John G. James, he used some of the sources in there, even some stuff with the Golden Dawn. You know what I'm saying? It's space age stuff. Now, even you talked about where Ivan Van Sertima, where we went back and we found out where Ivan Van Sertima got some of his information at. With this Russian Jew, right? even, you know, with Chancellor Williams, you know, we had a discrepancy far as, you know, him guessing and some guesswork with certain things, you know, dealing with dealing with who these people were, because we knew at this time. That's why I had to give you context. This book was written in 1987, so they didn't have genetics then. They didn't have genetics, so he was guessing. So we understand why he did what he did in the book. So now it's our opportunity to come behind him and update the information. We doing what the ancestors telling us to do. Even when we go here to Sheikh Anta Diop, when we read it out. Now, the same thing with the Shemshu Haru team about 2 years ago. They was being pitted out the bad guys too, like they was going against Sheikh Anta Diop, and they didn't even go back and read the quote what Sheikh Anta Diop was saying when, and we understand why Sheikh Anta Diop did what he did in 1974 with the UNESCO conference. You know, it was an argument against these Europeans saying that those people in Egypt, which is in North Africa, were white people. So he was arguing against them, saying that these people were black people. If you had Africans had migrated all over Africa, they was all Africa. So he arguing with them, you know, and even when him coming up with him saying that even the Remich of the Kemetu, those are the people in Egypt, referred to themselves as black. He said that the land was black. So when they came out, I meant to get the book off the shelf when the Shemshu Haru team put out their book, you know what I'm saying, following behind and doing what Sheikh Anta Diop said, you know, and saying, okay, Egypt is not the land of the black. People had an issue with that and said that they was attacking Sheikh Anta Diop. So we have to get out of this thing that every time we come behind our ancestors, certain discrepancies that we find in the book. And again, we know why these books were written 20, 30, and 40 years ago. The information has to be updated. So stop coming around and slandering and saying that we are attacking the ancestors when we're only doing what the ancestor told us to do. Brother Unc, you got something? You got your mic on. Oh.
Yeah. Black African Power family, man. Pleasure, man. Let me just get right into the work, man. We ain't even got to, you know what I'm saying, like this light work, man. I'm going to the Spears, from Spears to Pens, man. All right, that's where I'm at right here. I'm going to page 28. This is my favorite chapter, man. All right, give y'all a chance to grab that if y'all got the books listening, man. It's my favorite joint right here, man. Come right down the middle, say why African Americans say they are from the so-called 5 civilized tribes. Who were these civilized tribes? Native Americans and Indians. It says, from my research, the Native Americans migrated from East Asia to the Bering Strait or Bering Land Bridge, which had formed between northeast Siberia and western Alaska due to the lowering of the sea levels during the last glacial maximus. So we know during ice ages, right, the ice sucks up water, seawater, and the actual the sea levels drop. And so these land bridges are being exposed. Now watch this point. This how you know the bros research is goddamn hot like pancakes on the grill. Let's say 26,000 to 500 to 19,000 years before President YBP, during their migration into Alaska, they were isolated for roughly 7,000 years. This is important. So as they isolated, right, you start to get mutation. Isolated means they not run across no more humans at this point. So they isolated, all right? And then they go into the Americas. So during this period of isolation, if you study evolution, because that's what we're doing right now, we're studying evolution to know our story, man. That's a key damn point right there. The isolation, isolated from all other humans, this group, this pocket of Homo sapiens sapiens, right? They migrate to North America, but it's an isolated group, meaning they're not mixing back with the DNA coming out of Africa, y'all, or coming out of Asia. So you see, you're gonna get that haplogroup change.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's a key factor right there. And then it goes on as Jennifer Ralph. They say now, according to Jennifer Ralph, geneticist and who specialize in the study of human variation amongst contemporary and ancient populations, said the isolation likely took place in Beringer. Environmental reconstruction based off of ancient plant remains taken from soil cores, as well as computer, watch this, temperature models showed that it was actually a relatively decent place to live during the last glacial. LGM. So right now the bros is hitting y'all with the top-notch scholarship, right? They're adding in geography. Okay, they're doing exactly what that book we read. They came before Columbus. In this book, he tried to do the same thing, but he only had what he had, man.
Right.
The fucking DNA, the genome wasn't mapped out. It's not mapped out until 2003, the Genome Project. Google that. Look that up. Right? So, Ivan was that was back in the 60s, 70s.
Right. 19.
So what else are you supposed to do? Sit there like a bunch of dummies? No, you're supposed to do this. We standing on the shoulder of Ivan. And any elder, any person of importance, anybody think they're a scholar, to tell you something otherwise, man, you just starting to make a damn cult at this point. You're not really concerned about knowing the truth and upgrade. People are going to come behind us and they're going to upgrade this work.
Yep.
Who the hell going to get mad? Nah, man. So y'all, they got to stop that, man. So I just like to go right to the work, yo. It's right here, man. It's my best chapter in the joint, man. So whatever, man. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sean.
Let me say something real quick, man. I just noticed something real epic, man. I remember probably about 5-6 years ago, man, I watching the Real Black Atheist show and Unc holding up these books and telling the conscious community these are the books we need to get. Now it's 2021 and he holding up one of our books, telling people,
right,
this is what we need to get, this is what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? I just got caught up. I'm like, wow, man, look how far we done came, yo. So like, yeah, man, I just wanted to take notice of that.
Yeah,
that's a damn dream, yo. Nigga can't live forever, right? So you think I'm not gonna get with the upgrade? You think I'm gonna sit back and talk about the same thing I was talking about then? I used to use Ivan word. I can literally give y'all blog talk shows when I'm defending Ivan Burke ad nausea. But since I'm African centered, based off of scientific literacy, dude, based off of I reserve the right. Simple as this, right? When better information comes, I reserve the right to change my goddamn mind. Simple as that. And this is a goddamn mind changer right here. Y'all can play if y'all want to, man. But that's that shit right there. Trust me when I tell you. Appreciate the work though, so I ain't sounding silly in them scholarship streets.
Yeah, go in and Sean. But yeah, we got to cut that out though. We got to cut that out. I don't want to see that on Facebook and Instagram. None of that no more. Us doing what the ancestors telling us to do. We doing it, and now y'all got an issue and a problem and saying we have an issue with the ancestors. We disrespecting the ancestors. Stop it.
No, we actually showing love. See, there's a statement, and one of y'all might got it, where Diop talks about younger brothers and sisters will come.
Yeah, we started the show out with it. We started the show out with the quote. So before we even got started, and me and Sean broke the quote down. So the show improved that we are absolutely doing what he told us to do. So we started that out with the show. Yep, show did.
Yeah, they groups, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we should send them a couple copies, man. Find their address, man. I got some copies, man. I'm gonna send them that. That's what I'm gonna do, brother. I'm gonna do that, man. I'm gonna go ahead and send them that headbanger. Yeah, I mean, so we gotta reach out to them, because maybe they don't know we here. Maybe they don't know you here. You know what I'm saying? I think, man, you talk about that, Kofi. A lot of times, sometimes you just gotta take that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't gonna give it to you, bro. We gotta take it. Send them a couple copies. Read the upgrade, man. Read the upgrade. Like Ivan, yo, that's my man. But if Ivan was here today, man, he'd be standing right on his live saying, man, yo, respect them young guns, man.
Yep, that's what I told him.
He's an anthropologist, remember?
Yep.
He's not gonna be on some shit in 1960 or 70 or 80.
Right.
Nah, man, it is what it is, man. Like,
people don't study anthropology. Let me just cut it all the way down. They don't study anthropology. Instead of them getting with science, they going against science because they think that these people that they revere wrote certain things, that's the end all be all and the actual settlement. They don't know how scholarship actually works because they haven't been trained to do so. What they've been trained to do is respond emotionally to certain things that they hear or doesn't sit well with them. Well, that's when you're in the realm of almost finding the truth, is when your stomach is turning and your heart is racing and your mind going 1,000 miles an hour, and then you're coming to, oh man, I done figured something out and I gotta humble myself. But instead, you go all the way against the grain and totally throw up a stop sign, and then you take slick shots and not name names. So I'm gonna put it out there like this. All right, I want to reiterate something here, because what we did was exactly what Sheikh Antijoke said to do. And just for the record, I'm gonna read it one more stupid time for everybody.
Want me to put it up there, Sean? You can read it from there. All right.
I would like to see, you can put it up for the audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up for the audience. Hold on.
Because I am about to make the strongest point here.
All right. There it is.
That's that slide right there, boy.
I would like to see, above all greater number of researchers. We are a research team. So researchers, pluralized. Afro-Americans, young Americans, and white. Why not? Because it's the young who are the least prejudiced.
Oh, hold on, Sean, for you read it. You might have to mute your mic for a minute.
As a consequence, they are the most capable of making triumph. As a consequence, they are the most capable of making a triumph ideas which frighten the older generation. You're frightened right now. Also, I think it will be necessary to polyvalent scientific teams. So what do? We got the Armor Squad. We got the Kofi Piesie research team. We got the Shemsu Heru research team. We got the Dagger Squad. We got MBK. We got an illicit amount of
Whatis Warrior Clan.
You about to say you ain't gonna name the Mossi?
I wasn't done. We got the Mossi. You know what I'm saying? We got Niger Valley Civilization.
Yeah.
It's not stopping here. We have research teams.
Thank you.
So there you go right there.
Pseudo killers.
Yeah, pseudo killers. Forgot about the pseudo killers. Yes, sir.
He said it's necessary to put together polyvalent scientific teams capable of doing in-depth studies. The problem with most of the research that we're dealing with today isn't from scientific teams.
Hey, don't forget about University Chemical Press too, man. That's the JED pillars.
Yeah, we get it all day to the University of Chemical Press. All right. Now, capable of doing in-depth studies for sure. And that's what's important. It said, it bothers me when someone takes me on my own word without developing a means of verifying what I say. He says, it bothers me when someone takes me on my word without developing a means of verifying what I say. We must form a scientific spirit capable of seeing even the weakness of our own proofs, of seeing the unfinished side of our work, and of committing ourselves to completing it. You understand? Therefore, we should then have a work which could honestly stand criticism, because what we've done would have been placed on a scientific plane. There draws the line, a scientific plane. They wrote with the expectation of having their work critiqued and moved forward.
Yes, sir.
Those who did not, I will tell you. And those who did, I will say so. Because the people who were actually scientific in their endeavors when writing their works did something knowing that it would be done to them. Advanced scholarship. That's why I said earlier in the show that all the people that is about to be named looked to Shek and Tijot. All right, Kofi, I'm gonna share.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get off mine.
All right, so it brings us here to an updated article, February 7, 2021. Author Olatunji Mwamba. All right. He says, in defense of African-centered scholarship from unprovoked attacks by Mesoamerican so-called scholars and others. All right. Hear me out. We now have these quote unquote Negro race traders out here who are going along with the nasty racist vitriol being spewed by Mesoamerican so-called scholars and their silly ass followers against our grandmaster African-centered scholars. Scholars such as Sheikh Antijot, Dr. Theophilo Banga, Dr. Rikedi Amen, Dr. Obadele Kambon, Dr. Chancellor Williams, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, Dr. John G. Jackson, Dr. Ishakamuso Barashango, Dr. Kamu Kabon, George G.M. James, Dr. Lingran H. Clegg II, Dr. Francis Quest Wilson, Nellie Fuller, Dr. Charles Finch, Dr. Ivan Van Sertimer, Dr. Jacob Carruthers, Dr. Beatrice Lumpkin, Dr. Marina Annie, Dr. Taka Kilimanjaro, Dr. Mario Beatty, Dr. Sharice McIntyre, Mfudizi Jehudi Mas, Dr. Tony Martin, Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Asa Hilliard, Robin Walker, Renuka Rashidi, Ashra Kwesi, Dr. Malife Kitiashante, Malawake Bomoni Barudi, Push the Black Unified, many others, while disputing the findings of African presence among OMACs. So all these people.
They left us out, yo. They don't got our name in there, yo.
Hold on. He's saying that all these people believe this last line while disputing the findings of African-American presence in the OMACs. This attack against our brightest and most adept scholars is unwarranted and unjustified. Such unprovoked, vicious, and slanderous, listen to it now, slanderous attacks against our African-centered scholars are very similar to the attacks launched by Caucasian Eurocentric so-called scholars going back 2-3 decades ago or longer. These racist Mesoamerican so-called scholars cannot produce any evidence that refutes what our own eyes see for themselves. Where is the actual field research of the Mesoamerican scholars who disappeared Ivan Van Sertimer? Let me stop right there.
Lookership.
All right.
Sean.
I'm going to say this real quick.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do when you go get a good book? What you do? When I grab a good book off the shelf, I do this, yo. I go to the back of the book.
Correct.
All right? I go to the back of this book. Man, first ancient genome from West Africa, real complex human ancestry, National Geographic, a ghost DNA hints at African missing ancient humans. Go like ancient Ghana and Mali. Like, dude, like this is where you start at, dog. I don't mean to cut you off. I see the long list of Hall of Famers and all that, but they out the game. And the game is still going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they just out the game. Because at a certain point, you either gonna die or you're gonna stop writing, and it is what it is, which is a hell of a foundation. You read a list of who's who. Mario Beatty's still in the game, but that's not his study. He doesn't study Mesoamerica. He's not doing what y'all doing. And you know I got the scientific journals lined up in the queue. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all mentioned some powerhouse names in that damn chapter, bro. Like this shit lines up with science. I mean, it's not nobody's fault. Like, and even Comedic Press, you know what I'm saying? Kilimanjaro. Like, it's only two elders that stepped up and really fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's Kilimanjaro and Professor James Smalls, yo. But even in saying that, both of their asses wrong as shit when it comes to the Native Americans. And I can say that because I'm 50 goddamn 3. And I love them brothers. And they got our back. And we support their books. But in that work, I don't even got, what's the name of the work, yo? The first joint. In Kemetic Press, the big joint.
African Times.
Yeah, they wrong as 2 left feet. And anytime y'all want to get it in and sit down and have that discussion together, we can do that. Ain't no getting upset, ain't nothing. We already got ours in writing. We can just match it up. Matter of fact, I think we should do a show. Right on that chapter right there. Ain't no hiding. Once you put it in writing, you can't hide. It's not disrespectful because this is what scholars do. This is the intelligent conversation that we need to have and learn. But go ahead, bro. I just want to put it out there. God dang.
All right, so my point is this. Your opening paragraph, Olatunji Mwamba, you appeal to authority. You did not do what Sheikh Anta Diop asked you to do. Period, point blank. You didn't, because you threw all these names out here as a smokescreen to run away from being able to do one thing that I'm getting ready to ask you and anyone else who have the same belief as you. Because you make the claim, well, you don't make the claim, but one of these people that you put named down here makes the claim that the Remich voyaged to the New World. That is how they got their hands on so-called tobacco. That's in one of the books. In a correspondence that's supposed to be primary evidence was supposed to be given to this person in a correspondence, but it doesn't show up. So why did the Remich never document a voyage to a new world and trading with people they couldn't even communicate with? Where is that in Kemet? Where is that primary source? Because they can speak for themselves. They've been speaking for themselves for thousands of years. We find evidence of the Remich everywhere we need to find evidence of. Why? Because they documented and wrote. When they went up and down the Nile, they journaled it. So why we can't find the one main piece of evidence to say that the Remich got here? Question number 2. Who was the Arabic scholar on Dr. Ivan Van Sertima's team who could verify Arabic writing to point them in the direction of some kind of so-called voyage to the New World? Neither one of those questions have been answered. And this lies the problem. You want us to appeal to emotion, appeal to authority, and then you want to play on our ignorance in your opening paragraph, because you simply say that we're attacking, but we're following the instructions of the first name that you put in your article, Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop. You wanted us to appeal to emotions. How dare you? Then you continue to say, so anyone who's postulating that there is no evidence of African presence among the Olmecs when there is plenty of evidence that there was, please present your evidence. Stop. We presented our evidence. We got our evidence in books. We got evidence in an up and coming book. We got a few more things coming up if need be. We knew the linguistic work was faulty. We did exactly what scholarship advised us to do, what Sheikh Anta Diop advised us to do, and that was to verify, no matter what name you put up here, verify them. It is the right of us to have a conversation where people like the pseudo killers can ask questions for clarity, right? They're asking questions to provoke a conversation about a book that they tend to not sit well with them based on whatever they reading. And we can hash that out. And we can see if that work can stand scrutiny. Because that's when we know it'll be placed on a scientific plane. Among ourselves, we don't need y'all to work this out. We can work this out with them. Because we dialogue amongst each other. That's our teammates. We dialogue with our teammates. We have these infightings. We just do it on, we do it behind the scenes, and we do it, you know what I'm saying, on live sometimes. However, it is very scientific for us to know, to do, and advance scholarship. We have to follow proper research methodology, and that requires us to know what methods or tools that Baba Taka Kilimanjaro has wrote extensive work on research methodologies. Several books. He gives us the tool. He reedifies the tool in all his research books. It's got like 6 of them. Highly recommended because it's going to teach you proper research methodology. It's going to show you when to reject information and when to move forward with the information. And when you appeal to emotion, when you appeal to authority, you're in trouble. You're biasing your research.
Race trader when you don't build on the work of your ancestors and you just sit back and ride on your laurels, because that's the shit that gets you beat every time. Okay, so y'all, let me share my screen real quick, Sean, because y'all mentioned some powerful names in the damn book, and I bet you none of these names are actually in any of the books. I'm very certain and all that. They don't even have these names in the book because it wasn't available to them. So y'all expecting our ancestors to do something they could never have done. Like they just couldn't have done that. They couldn't have been. They wouldn't have known. You only know what you know, and so you really do them an injustice. Okay, so we right here with this work right here, right? The Journal of Science, the oldest cousin of Native Americans found in Russia. Now, if y'all was reading along with me, it was a name mentioned in the works right here, from Spears to Penn. This name right here was mentioned. Okay, Jennifer Roth. And so the bros, man, they dedicated to bring you the update shit. This in 2020, but this person, if you don't got this name in the conversation, then you ain't writing nothing slick. But it says a new study reveals the oldest link between Native Americans and their ancestor in East Asia 14,000 years ago. A 14,000-year-old tooth belonging to a close cousin of Native Americans found thousands of kilometers from the landmass that once connected Eurasia and the Americas. It's very cool, says Jennifer Roth, which is in the book, in the works, right? A geneticist at the University of Kansas, Lawrence, who studies the peopling of Americas. The work suggests that the Siberian ancestors of North Americans, indigenous people, were more widespread and mobile than previously believed, she says. It may also indirectly support the hypothesis that the Native American ancestors became isolated from their Asian forebears on Berger, an ancient land bridge that connected Siberia to Alaska. You know what I'm saying? That's directly in the daggone book, right? It says sometime about 20,000 years ago, people began to cross the eastern tip of Siberia onto Siberia. Exactly when they lived and roamed Siberia before that, however, has long been a mystery, right? The new study provides the oldest evidence yet of a close genetic ancestry to the Native Americans in Eurasia. It's also much further from Berger that many would have suspected, says the study senior author, Jonas Kirschus, and archaeologist and director of the Max Planck, this is an important word right here, y'all, Max Planck Institute. We talk about that. Remember, they do a lot of good independent studies. You know what I'm saying? Max Planck, type it in, Max Planck Institute, MPI. Y'all should know who Max Planck is if y'all studying science. It says, for the science of human history, in the 1970s, Russian archaeologists excavated a site called the Yuska how would y'all say this? The use Kayita, sandwiched between the southern banks of Lake Baikal and the Mongolian border of southern central Russia. So they already in southern central Russia. They recovered thousands of stone and bone tools, ceramic and reindeer fish bones, plus silver of a human tooth. Man, watch this. This is shit y'all can't get by. Y'all just not gonna get past the teeth. So if the African American scholar is not examining teeth, right, trying to figure out who the Native American population is, you're not gonna get around the teeth. Fragment of the tooth belonged to the close cousin of today's Native American. There you go. Now highlight that. Right there. A fragmented tooth belonging to the close cousin Native Americans today. Right here, y'all. Y'all not. If you're not examining the teeth, man, you just, it's a problem, dog. I'm just saying, man. Like anytime, anywhere, the challenge. We accept the challenge, man. And the bros, man, they didn't put it in a book, man. So you can't play sometimes, man. And I never want to be this type of person. And I talked to Kofi. I said, Kofi, don't get dismayed. And I talked to Sean. Don't worry about it. Don't get mad because you leaps and bounds over other people. Sometimes, and I gave the scenario of when you're on a block and you hustling and you be on the block for a while and you get money and these little dudes, man. When I say little dudes, I mean in time spent on the corner, right? They buying 8 balls from you. Say, damn, okay. They come back and they buy a quarter from you. And they consistent. And they don't take their money nowhere else. They loyal to you. Next thing you know, they want a half. And they come back and they being loyal to you. They supporting you. They big up in what you doing. They fucking with you. And then they want a whole joint. They want a whole ounce. Then they come back and they want a half a brick. Then they come back and they want a whole brick. You like, damn, these niggas is loyal. And then they fucking catch up to you. You like, damn. Now, that's the point where how do you treat them? They've been loyal to you this whole time. They use your program to grow. They're following your lead. They follow your footsteps. But now they equaled up with you. And now they want more than you can afford to give them. So what you going to do? You either going to play this silly game and try to keep them under your wing and treat them like little boys, or you're going to respect the growth. The growth comes from what you put into the goddamn game. And they followed you. And they learned from you. And now they just pass you. Yeah, you reach out, you give them a hug and say, man, I'm fucking proud of you. You realize that shit. You realize that they could have went any goddamn where else and got that shit from somebody else. But they've been fucking loyal to you. And you support their growth and development because they use you to grow and develop. And you say, man, I'm fucking proud of y'all. So I want to make sure everybody hear this shit. Like I told Sean and Kofi and all y'all. T'Challa, all y'all. I be like, man, I'm fucking proud of y'all, man. I'm fucking proud of y'all, man. Y'all ain't fucking caught up. Now y'all what's happening. Proud of y'all, man. All y'all. I'm fucking reading your work and I'm appreciating that shit. That means what the fuck I was doing meant something around here, man. And the rest of them old ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my French. Don't get mad. If they ain't seeing it, it ain't for them to see. We still love them. But I'm proud of y'all because it means I was making the right goddamn moves. It means y'all was paying attention. It means now y'all adding to the game. That means I can never lose. I can never lose. Man, that's what a teacher want. You know what I'm saying? Like when the student is ready, the damn master fucking appears. Damn. Who is the master? Who is the teacher? That shit dope to me. Like, these niggas is mastering that shit, man. That's dope. Now I can sit back and I can learn. Can chill a little bit. I can sit. Now I can catch up. Do some reading now. That shit in good hands. Y'all winning. Y'all was happening. Y'all Lamar Jackson around this motherfucker. You think Brady mad at LeBron Jackson? He like, yo, this league is in a good place. So what we calling a scholarship, bro, that shit in good motherfucking hands, yo. So older guys, man, you just gotta know, man, settle down. Settle down. Put the books you've been reading to the side and see what the young bros got. Ain't nobody mad at you, but we ain't asking. We taking that shit. We taking that shit, mean that scholarship to the next level where they can't look at us and say, yo, these niggas is promoting some bullshit ass black algae shit, or they promote some bullshit ass nonsense. They pseudos. Nah, dog, we right there. Yo, we using that shit. We right there where we supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So I can sit back, cross my goddamn legs, man. Get a glass of water, some Kool-Aid, and do this shit, man. And then go to the journals and match it up. I say these niggas on the A game right here. I'm reading the journal and they got fucking people in the damn book. Let me stop. I get kind of emotional right here, dog.
Hey, nah, I just want to say, man, man, you said some real shit, dog. Like, that was all facts, man. Real talk. That was all facts.
Rob, you don't think I'm proud of you, dude?
Nah, hey, man, I fuck with you the long way, Unc. Like I said, man, I came in the game watching your show, dog. And like I said, a lot of the books on my shelf came from your show. And for you to hold up a book that I'm a part of, you know, that just lets me know that you the man. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, for real, everything you said was right and exact, dog.
Yeah.
Man, are y'all serious? All y'all, Sue Tech, all y'all, Sean, Cope, really? So I'm in this motherfucker, yo, and I'm going through my journals, and names is popping up in this motherfucker, and somebody acting like y'all ain't got that real dope right there? Nah, dog. We'll beat the brakes off anybody in that conversation, yo. I'm confident that none of them can get around this. I'm so confident, bro. Like science is undefeated. Simple.
Hey, peace, everybody. I just want to say this as a personal testament, right? So I remember working at Walmart as the backroom supervisor, trying to order my Amara Squad study guide, my Amara Squad, you know what I'm saying? Jock jacket, you know, the gray and black joint. Trying to just like, I remember having Unc on the YouTube on my phone with the earphones in my ear, yelling at my guys in the back room because they wasn't working hard enough. And calling Unc trying to see, you know, what was going on with the order because he had got backed up, you know, whatever happened. Wasn't never tripping. It was just, it's business. Like, stuff happened. And he like, oh, yeah, no, it's in the mail. I think he actually had ran out of the jackets and was waiting on some more to come in. So he answered the phone. You know how many people right now is waiting on orders from people that won't even pick up the phone that they done paid their money for? I mean, that's just real for me because it's like if I pay my money and then you don't send the product and then you don't answer the phone, you know what that mean in the streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just want to say, like, you know, for me coming from watching even Kofi, everybody on this panel, I seen on YouTube, found on here on YouTube, and I'm like, man, these brothers is kicking what I walk around. They call me Marcus Garvey on the job. You know what I'm saying? And then to be a part of this with a community that supported, that I wasn't crazy out my mind thinking that we need to look at things from the African worldview and continue to update things. Because I was reading Destruction of Black Civilization then, like, man, there's some powerful work right here.
That's my shit.
Hey, I want to say this too, man. That joint you put together in 2015, man. That shit was lit, dog. Talking to you,
What? Which one? What you talking about?
The conference you put together, man.
Oh, yeah. That
was lit. Like I was down there, right?
Oh yeah.
So, like, yeah. I was down there. That's the first time I met Ujao too. So
yeah, we had that shit.
Yeah, that shit was lit, dog. For real. Like you did your thing on that. Like whenever this vaccine and shit get rolled out or whatever.
Yeah, you
got to throw another one, and then we gotta see what we can do to put that together.
We do, yo. Me and Dr. Mayat, and we was talking about it, man. We're gonna have some people from Morgan State there. You know, the kids gonna be free. We're gonna have like like science things, hopefully we're gonna have a science bus there, man. I mean, all y'all gonna be there, man. We you know what I'm saying? Like the pandemic kind of changed all that, yo. But man, y'all, I mean, sometimes while y'all in it, you know what I'm saying? I just got a way of being able to step outside of it. You know what I'm saying? And in stepping outside of it, man, one day y'all gonna look back on this shit and say, damn, right now y'all can't see it. Y'all so far past people that you might get upset, but man, I stand there with people younger than me, man. I'm right there. I used to come back to the corner. I never would stay too long away from the corner. You know what I'm saying? So I was up on everything that was going on all the time. So the elders, man, they might not be up on everything. Like they might not really know. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta send them some books. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like that's what we gotta do. They just don't know, dog. They don't even know that we students are DOPS and all that. Like they beating up the students of DOPS and them, yo. Like calm down with that shit, man. It's almost funny as hell. It's like y'all running by the elders like this full speed. Looking at them saying, yo, come on, dog. I run fast because you laid a roadmap and I can see where it's at, yo. Like James Small say, come on, dog. You stand on my shoulders, you gonna be able to see some shit I couldn't see. Like, that's what it is, yo. We seeing what they don't see. Like, that's the vision, man. Right here, this shit that's falling apart. The destruction, dog. This inspired me, yo, to put together the first research team.
I'm about to buy you another book, man. Oh, that's gone. That's gone.
What's that? What's that?
It's Destruction of Blacks. Look at show them your book.
Oh, damn, bro.
I ain't even got
You done destroyed the destruction.
Man. Like,
that's what y'all meant by retire. Y'all
I wasn't saying that. I was arguing. We was just, it was certain parts that they was feeling like, and I was saying, nah, dog, this nigga was naming tribes. Y'all weren't even, he was telling you it was a variation in it at that point. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, my first blog talk show was that, yo, was the Destruction of Black Civilization show, yo. Like, that's what it was. And I say, yo, in here, he talks about research teams and how the next generation is going to come through. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go with the research team. You know what I'm saying? That's my vision. That's my hope. And boom, and I'm sitting right here. Y'all niggas is doing this, yo. Excuse the language, yo. Y'all doing this? Come on, man. Like, dude, it's each one teach one, yo. I'm supreme, dude, because y'all supreme, bro. Like, I ain't slick not unless y'all slick. That's the game right there. And I bring the same mentality from the street to here that, yo, if everybody eating, man, this shit is popping. The problem is when everybody ain't eating. When the older group think that, yo, our shit is that's it. Now y'all ain't eating, yo. Now y'all saying, man, we're gonna finish y'all off. Because here's the truth of the whole matter, dog. The young always overtake the old, man. Simple. It ain't you either give with the program or y'all gonna run them over. And since they ain't getting with the program, they gotta get ran over and pushed out the way when it comes to the issue of the all max. They just gonna get ran over and stepped on. I'm talking about the issue of the all max. Just the way we get down around here. That is no disrespect intended. But when it comes to that issue of the all max, they will get smashed all the way out, and we're gonna always find ourselves looking at that article. But go ahead.
Let me ask a question though for the panel. Since we talking about the All Max and stuff, who we saying that they are? Like or do we know, or is it still like up in the air? Like who these people were?
They Mesoamericans.
So we giving it to them. We giving the All Max to the Mesoamericans.
That's their whole culture.
What's wrong with that?
I'm finna show you. I'm gonna show you.
I ain't got a problem with it. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm gonna show you using his source. I'm gonna show you using his source. Watch what he do in his work. Right? So he lays this whole argument out for Van Sertima. And then watch what he do, Satep. Use a dictionary, little word. Then he go back out and appeal to authority again with all these names. And then soon he start talking about the work. Here it comes. Here's some critical questions. We're going to skip his questions because they're illegitimate. Look, here's a list of religious pantheon of gods of the Olmecs. The Olmec dragon. Where the hell is the dragon in Africa? The bird monster. The fish monster. The banded eye god. Do any of these seem African to you? Let me continue. The maize god. That's a god of corn.
Corn god.
The water god.
Uh-huh.
The weird jaguar.
Uh-huh.
The feathered serpent.
Mm-hmm. Snakes.
Then he said, these Olmec stoneheads do not represent any anthropomorphic monkey symbols for attributes of the godhead with the pantheon of gods. In fact, these stoneheads, some of us tall as 8 feet or taller, and weighing at least 20 tons, were representative of Olmec rulers and or Olmec priests. These are facts. So they need to get out of here with the anthropomorphic monkey business.
Hold on, what happened? What?
Yeah.
Hold on, what happened to monkey? What? What do you mean?
Oh.
Did I hear the word monkey?
Yeah.
Monkey
business.
Let me finish.
Monkey.
There is no anthropomorphic symbol for a howler monkey god include among the pantheon of gods from Olmec themselves. Now,
what you trying to say though?
Listen, if you look at the pantheon of gods in the Olmec tradition, none of them line up with any African tradition.
But they ain't supposed to though, yeah.
Because it ain't African.
Yeah, they definitely don't.
Y'all know what's deep though. Y'all know what's deep. You know, even if you go back in time, 350,000 years, there was a standard of living that Homo sapiens took out of him, and they used it to get you Mesoamerica all the way. So at the end of the day, man, y'all can just rest assured that fishing and hunting and all that came from the early Homo sapiens on the continent of Africa. It just each culture has to be meshed into their environment, you know what I'm saying, and form a new culture because it's a different environment. If your culture don't fit your environment, you die. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why they kind of deny evolution, and that's why they're gonna keep losing because I keep saying this shit 1,000 damn times, right? And that last generation, except for Kilimanjaro, you know what I'm saying, Community Crest, they don't fuck with this right here, dog. They don't fuck with this right here, yo. Because this guy taught Charles Darwin evolution. They won't tell you that. Yeah,
I remember you hit SETI with that.
That's when we split.
At his house.
Yeah, that's when I was done with SETI. I'm like, yo,
I remember you hit him with it. I was like, damn, Unc, that was a dagger low key. That's why I fuck with Unc. Yeah,
you done, SETI. Yeah, that's when I had to get away from him. See, SETI be on here arguing with y'all as y'all smash his head through with the sources. Nah,
we ain't dealing with that. We moved past that phase.
No, I mean, as far as with the source, like he's still on the Olmec shit. He still got videos with the Olmecs talking the Olmec shit. He Olmec'd up.
Well, Asar said he believed that the Olmecs is African.
Yeah, he cracked the jokes. Yeah, he fucking with
yeah. He's saying
we're gonna take you down too, Asar.
No. Asar not saying that. Again, he's saying
take you down too, Asar. We love you, man, but we'll take you down too.
No, he's saying he's saying the University of Kemet Press believe in African Olmecs.
Yeah, he talking about himself.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, but see, most people ain't read this work. I don't. Hold on, man. I don't know why everybody get all. Let me show y'all something real quick.
This was the worst article I've read by anybody.
Now, whose article is this?
A Wada Ashby book or InfoDG book. Horrible.
Yeah, we ride with University Kemet Press. I got a lot of their work.
You gotta get the big one. Y'all see this right here? Everyone is
sharing, man. You
talking about
right here, yo. Everybody need to get this book right here. This is a good one. Yeah, everyone is African. All right, how science exploits the myth of race. You got the blueprint. I mean, the black people's the blue. Like, cut it out, like we the origin of humanity. Yes. So if you don't study evolution, you run around looking crazy. And once you study evolution, you understand that we're super niggas and we evolve in our environment and transform. You know You know what I'm saying? And get lighter skin and different types of hair, and so we can sort of living organism can understand and live and breathe and give baby in this environment. So you would never stay the same walking. You would just never stay the same. Evolution is at work. God damn, man. They just make it seem like a nigga was stiff. You know what I'm saying? Walk 10,000 years, 30,000 years stuck. Come on, man. That's not what it was, man. You evolved in your environment, bro. Evolution, bro. Dr. Ben, not getting around him.
I wanna let me finish, man. Yeah, y'all can do whatever y'all want, but I want to get back to this dude, man, because
man, who y'all got in the Super Bowl though, yo? Because you know I was going with Brady. This is the first time he ain't cheat, and I want Brown to get one.
You want yeah, but it looked like they gonna win one the way them tackles for the Chiefs can't block because they ain't got no tackles. Oh, but yeah. real quick, watch this. I this line right here, all the way to the end. He says they're doing nothing but parroting what they've heard. Right here, they are doing nothing but parroting what they heard. No, you're parroting what you heard. Because you didn't cross-reference his sources, you didn't go through the sources that he claimed was a primary source, because he told you in his correspondence with Dr. Sheikh Antijoke that he relied on Leo Wiener in his excerpts. When he said Leo Wiener, he said the primary source. He said I got the primary sources from Leo Wiener. He don't have primary sources then, because what did Leo Wiener provide him? Not enough evidence. He didn't. It was hearsay. He told him something, and Dr. Van Sertima didn't cross-reference Leo Wiener. He went with it. So he appealed to authority and did not even be scientific in his writing. He was supposed to cross-reference Leo Wiener. That did not happen. So who's parroting here? Because you're parroting a Russian Jew. They are perpetrating a fraud. The fraud is Leo Wiener. He never had any information from West Africa dealing with the West Africans or the Remich. He didn't go to Kemet and find a primary source talking about and it translated out that they traveled to a new world, because it don't exist. And then he goes on to say they cannot replicate the research of an African-centered scholar when we're trained to research from an Afrocentric perspective.
Facts.
We're trained.
Facts.
So you made an assumption, again, because you call us race traders. You made an assumption that we don't do the research. See, it wasn't just us. See, you put this on we respect Raising Awareness Group and the members of Raising Awareness Group. And we even did something twice on about eldership, and we always reference the Raising Awareness Group. So we are at this point critiquing, sir. So you got to take this, because you didn't follow Diop's instructions. We did. Don't worry, we got your back. We're gonna do what he said do. Now he continues to say, prove their research incorrect or refute it with any evidence of their own. We have, if you want to deal with Mansa Musa, it's published in volume 3, all the sources. We can get to it. And some more stuff that you probably didn't even know about Musa and the African traditions from an African-centered perspective. They are nothing more than race traders. There you go again. Emotionalism. They're doing nothing more than spreading isfet, chaos. No, we're not, sir. You're critiquing because he said so.
Is that synonymous? Sean, when you do what they want you to do, why they call you the race traders and the police and shit? Is that like the go-to?
Yeah, that comes from that comes from some stuff that was created among the few of them up there when people didn't disagree. When people didn't agree with them, they immediately call you an agent or you working for the government.
Man, I hate that race trade. How we find? See, the truth ain't never betraying your race.
I don't know, but I'm gonna hit it on this one. In fact, their claim that our scholars, Van Sertima, Dr. Ben, Diop, Chancellor Williams, and others were claiming someone else's culture and misleading us and not substantiated by the evidence of our African-centered scholars have produced either. Diop didn't have nothing to do with no Olmec stuff. Never wrote about the Olmecs. Ever. He never wrote them. Dr. Ben didn't talk about no Olmecs. Chancellor Williams is the closest thing that you got to that, and he guess who he said? He relayed that information back to Ivan Van Sertima. And I've also heard Dr. Clark even say when it comes to the Olmec and Mesoamerican stuff, he gives that back to Ivan Van Sertima. That's his lane, his field of study, his area. He stayed in his lane. All these other people that you're naming stayed in their lane. They gave reverence to Van Sertima on that information. But none of y'all who believed Van Sertima went behind Van Sertima and cross-referenced his sources. Well, let me see. We're at that critical point in our lives where the truth gets very uncomfortable and it sounds like an attack, and it's not. Because we can't let our babies grow up talking about we ruled all the cultures all over the world. We gave the world everything that they got. We traveled all these places. We did all these things, and nobody else did nothing but us first. We're the first. We're the first to do everything. It's just unscientific. So why in the heck is we even going there? Then he goes into this next paragraph. There are even some who say that, listen, this is the when I take a bigger issue. There are even some who say that there are African-centered scholars who disagree with the research of Dr. Van Sertima on this issue. So while you're at it, can you provide an actual field research that has been done by African-centered scholars who disagree with Dr. Van Sertima, as well as their sources, their quotes, etc.? That ain't even required. It don't even matter what color any creed or person is in scholarship. If we can substantiate the archaeological, paleontological, scientific evidence, it don't matter who they are, because it was a white person that told you that black people were here before white people.
Charles Darwin.
and y'all, and guess what? And did no black African-centered person tell y'all that first? A white man did. And guess how he did? After he did it, guess how he did it? He did it and then demonstrated it. And then the leakies followed him up and gave you all the evidence. And then other people participated and gave all the evidence. And then it was proven with evidence. Because only on the continent of Africa you find all the hominids. All 5 stages of the hominids are on the continent of Africa. That substantiated the evidence from Darwin, the Leakeys, and other scientists. That changed that put the white supremacists to shit. Where was our African-centered scholars at during the hominid stage, the bringing of the hominids? They wasn't there. They weren't on archaeological digs trying to find bones. They wasn't in these caves. You know where they were? They were writing to combat racism, white supremacy. We understand the time and the era that we were in. We understand that. They had limited tools and resources. We understand that. So no, we're not attacking. I'm attacking this article, but I'm not attacking everybody else. I can attack some of these names you put on this list, because there's several of these names that are really unscientific, and some of their works shouldn't even be mentioned among people like Diop, Chancellor Williams, John G. Jackson, Dr. John Henry Clark. But you slid them in there. You did. Real nice like. Or Dr. Raketi Amin. Or Theophilo Banga. How you putting some of these names next to them people like that? See, your greats different from my greats. And yeah, I got Dr. Jacob Carruthers' work too. Huh?
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
You made a statement of who told us that, where we came from. On page 74 of Dr. Ben's work, real fast. We show y'all real quick. So they don't think we just making shit up, right? That's Africa, mother of Western civilization, Dr. Ben, right? And if you go to page 74, it says just a very few of the authorities at the time held that Africa was the place where man first originated. The most noted of these who held the latter position was Sir Charles Darwin of England, who stated that man originated from an ape-like ancestor, etc. Dr. Albert Churchward's work, such as his signs and symbols of primordial man and the origin and evolution of the human race, were at the time also ignored and ridiculed, of course, not as vigorously as those by Sir Charles Darwin. There you go, man. Like, that's why I be beating y'all in the head. Y'all funny as hell. And when I read that, I ran and got this. Why did I run and get this? Because he mentioned the damn name, Albert Churchward. Look, that's just how I study. That was my shit. I'm going to get the works that the elders is talking about. He said it right here. So I learned about Charles Darwin right here. Yo, I didn't learn about Charles Darwin from a white boy. That's why y'all very fucking disrespectful. Because y'all was all waiting for Dr. Ben to die. Okay? Waiting for that scholarship. Y'all never mentioned Dr. Ben. They think about that. They never talk about Dr. Ben. They never do. They never do. They'll mention Diop, they'll mention everybody else, but they won't talk about Doc. Because Doc ain't believe in God. See, it's always that, dog. It's always those who believe in God over here and those who don't. And the crazy community, yo, they always do that. That's what they do. You're going to always get that slight. You're going to get that slight. So Dr. Ben got that slight. You don't hear him talking about Dr. Ben. So I didn't learn about Dr. Ben and evolution from white people. I learned it from this guy that everybody claimed to love, that the elders told me to read. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to clip it up. I'm going to clip that show up when all the elders was on Sarnettas and I called in Samaz and all them. You know what I'm saying? They were talking, hi, and keeking. When I talked about evolution, they was like, yeah, put that shit in writing. They was like, what's what I was like, yeah, put that in writing. I say, nigga, I did. You know what I'm saying? They kind of hushed up a little bit right there. And I say, but I'm confused how y'all not accepting evolution when y'all told me to read Dr. Ben's work. And I read his work. Yeah, brother, y'all need to put it in writing. But I did put it in writing. It's best that I could. I ain't said I wrote a 10-page, 100-page book. It was a goddamn pamphlet. It was what I could do at the moment. But I put it in writing, though. So I'm just saying, man, you know, when they come with the white boy shit, now I learned that from Dr. Ben. Methodology. He got all the fossils in his joint. All the fossils, all that. Yeah, fossils, meta-nature been deciphered. That's why I said it.
This book, huh?
Yeah, that's a yep.
Because this the other book that you had quoted, and I went and grabbed it based off, you know, the same thing you read. And look, the first page in this motherfucker is the judgment scene.
Shit.
You see what I'm saying?
I didn't know you had that book, Satep.
And look, I got a couple things up my sleeve, Kofi.
I see.
But you know, who wrote the forward in that book, though? Look at the forward.
John Henry Clark.
Right. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. We just got to drag him to the finish line.
Right there.
Let me see. Yeah. There you go. So I just was reading. See, that's what I'm telling. That's my dudes, man. Chancellor Williams, John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, and John G. Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And Hubert Harris, Schomburg, and them. Y'all can put that shit up on Wikipedia and read about the Harlem history class. Go do that. Yep, there y'all go. I just go ahead, Sean. Get back to where you was at. I just wanted to show you, yo, the Dr. Ben.
Listen to him go in because I'm downloading something real quick that I need to put on the screen.
I ain't got nothing to go in about. Y'all
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. So Tip say he ain't got nothing else to go in.
I can keep going.
Just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Keep building. Give me a minute. I'm downloading something.
I'm just saying this shit is funny as hell, yo. You know what I'm saying? With the Asiatic black man, yo, this beat up the Asiatic black man right here, yo. Let me read it. Let me ask you something. Let me show you why the nation is long from the end.
Hold on. Let me ask you something, man. Like, what is the issue with what is the issue with some of them that and I'll say elders because some of them I do recognize as elders. What is the issue with the elders not believing in evolution? You know what I'm saying? Or I ain't gonna say believe in studying evolution. Like, and then like you say, if you read the book that you put up by Dr. Ben, like he talk about evolution. I don't hear a lot of people, say that, yeah, Dr. Ben talk about evolution. If you hear some of them talk, they talk like he was against evolution. But when you read that work right there, and a few other works, he is actually talking about evolution. You know what I'm saying? He's not against evolution. You know what I'm saying? He's breaking evolution down. So why is it that some of our elders don't believe, don't study evolution? And I seen where just reading Olatunji's article, he doesn't like evolution either.
Who don't like evolution?
I mean, then I'm just saying a lot of the elders don't like evolution. They have something against evolution. They always, and I'm saying the same thing. Olatunji just mentioned he's mentioned monkey business. So I'm saying, and that'd be the thing that they threw up, monkey. They always talking about this monkey business.
Because they was fronting, They ain't really read the shit, yo. You know how people be fronting. Everybody don't read the shit. They act like they read, yo.
Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I'm gonna say it. Get mad at me later, goddamn it.
No, I mean, I'm saying that I don't have a problem with it all the time. I don't have a problem with anyone. I'm just saying, I just come to notice that a lot of people, when they say things, it let me know that they not reading. Like, even with the people that have a disagreement with us doing what not Chancellor Williams, but doing what Sheikh Auntie Diop told us to do. And Chancellor Williams and John Henry Clark has the same sentiment. Don't believe what I say, go and verify what I say. So we doing what they are asking us to do. Build research team. Come behind us. That and we we are doing that, but the people that's not reading, and you throw out these names, and cause these names been thrown out numerous times, like Ivan Van Sertimer or Chancellor Williams, or whoever the case may be. These names, and these are, I'm not slighting none of them, because they are our ancestors, and I respect the works that they did. But a lot of people that's attacking us are because we are doing what the ancestors saying. They not reading none of the works. They just are they regurgitating certain things that they have heard in the past. Y'all gonna understand they use that stuff to put black people in human zoos. My grandmother till this day hates for us to call someone a monkey.
She must have got volume one.
No. Everybody free.
She ain't got volume one.
Hey, can we teach real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Go in.
So this is what I want y'all to do real quick. Watch this. We're gonna go to YouTube, right? Let me show you how we do this. Let's type in human zoo. Hold on.
I mean, and that's easy work too. She ain't got, but we're in volume 1. Like a lot of stuff we talking about, we already wrote about. But go ahead,
Not only is it volume 1, it's on Kofi Piesie TV.
Right.
Did a presentation on it.
Yep. Go ahead, Yep, you're right.
Okay, human zoo, right? Let's go to YouTube. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna do this. Wait a minute. Damn. Oh, come on, man. I'll go right to YouTube with this one. This is the fun shit. This is where we have fun. Human zoo. Oh, man, I need to.
Oh, I'm laughing at Pure, man. Pure crazy. Pure said this. My dad always told me to sit your monkey ass down when I'm cutting up.
He did.
Right there, yo.
Oh, God damn.
Learns. All right, we're gonna go to YouTube, right? Human zoo. I'm gonna show y'all something, man. This how I get down, yo. I'm gonna type in human zoo. I'm gonna ask the question, sis, because you've seen it. This is what we're gonna do, y'all. Well, okay, I'm gonna share my screen, sis. So you since I'm not sure if you was playing the white boy card or what you was doing, but you was trying to. I get your point, sis. But let's show you why. This is how we do what we do right here. This is what we do. This would make the families great. All right, because we don't trust shit. So y'all see the screen, right?
No, you ain't sharing your screen, huh?
All right, it's coming. It should be coming, right? It's shared yet?
Yeah, you will. Is it sharing? No, it ain't sharing. Go down to the share button. You see the share button down there? You
I
gonna have
already
to
did
click.
all that.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
There you go.
There
It
you
just had
go.
to be added
All
to
right, here go the
screen.
documentary they be talking about. Y'all see this, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this. Then we're not gonna show it because we can't. There you go. Okay, this is what we're gonna do though. For we sit here and watch this shit. What we gonna do is we're gonna say, well, who the hell is Discovery Science? All right, hey man, let's do this. I'm gonna show y'all some. Let me show you what I learned over the years of how to do shit. All right, on some simple. I'm gonna copy and paste, right? I'm gonna come right here, right? I'm gonna do this. All right, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hit that. Bam. Y'all see the screen, right?
Right. We see it.
I'm gonna do this. Discovery Science. What the hell is Discovery Science? I'm gonna come to Wikipedia. I'm gonna hit that. Let me research before I watch this. Before I do all that, get all hyped up and fucking emotional. Let me see. No, that's not it. Hold on. That definitely ain't Discovery Science. Them niggas ain't that slick. Hold on. Let me go right here. See if I can push the show more. All right. So let's go to the website. Let's do this. Here you go. Y'all see this, right?
Yeah, we've seen.
I'm gonna go to their website. Let's go to their website. What y'all see? What y'all
Science and faith.
Discovery Institute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is this? Is this real science? See, they gonna fake you out. Just to fake out. See, this ain't a real scientific. This ain't science here, y'all. Watch this. We're gonna get you to. Let's get you to. Let's go back here, right? Let's get back here. Let's go back here. Let's creep down. Uh-oh. We starting to see who it is. We're gonna figure it out. Oh, this intelligent designers, huh? Okay, yeah. See down about human zoo, all that mathematical challenge to Darwin, science uprising. They using the term science. Intelligent design is not science, y'all. Look at the Stoops monkey trial, y'all. Intelligent design. Y'all done went to an intelligent design website, right? If you look at this shit, they using black people there to fake you out. Let's come here, Evolution News website. Oh, y'all think this is an evolutionary site? No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's go to the contact writers. Oh man, Andrew McDarn. All these people are intelligent designers, y'all. Evolutionary news ain't talking about evolution. They trying to debunk evolution. Why do critics misrepresent intelligent design? I will close by revisiting the question of why people doubt Darwin and reject evolution. Something discusses in the Post paper. Misconception about what's this? Microconception examining citations of my work. Man, ID, Lincoln, Darwin, ID. Hold on. You know the class in session, man. Let's see. I did the Discovery Intelligent Discovery Institute. Discovery Institute is the favorite, though. These dudes be tripping right here about mission and program. Let's see what the mission and program is. The mission of the Discovery Institute Center for Science and Culture is to advance the understanding of human beings and nature are the result of intelligent design. Here y'all go. This ain't no damn science. Intelligent design, rather than the blind and undirected process. We seek long-term scientific cultural exchange through cutting-edge scientific research and scholarship, education, and training of the young leaders, communication to the general public, and advocated academic freedom and free speech. Nah, they ain't doing none of that, y'all. That's the white boys. See, when the white boys do it, they go all the way in. So let's see. We got to figure out what intelligent design is. See, this is what we got to do. All right, I'm going to copy this. Watch how quick this be. This ain't took you long to realize these niggas, they was on some flim flam bim bam. They was on a flim flam bim bam. Watch. Get them in an encyclopedia. Intelligent design. Is a what, y'all? Can anybody see this? What is intelligent design?
It's too small for me to see from you sharing it.
Intelligent design is a pseudo-scientific argument for the existence of God, presented by its proponent as evidence-based scientific theory about life's origin. Got all your sources right here. The proponents claim that certain features of the universe and of living things are best explained by intelligent cause, not an undirected process such as natural selection. ID is a form of creationism that lacks the empirical creationism, that your creationism is a religious belief that nature and aspects of such as the universe, earth, life, and humans originated by supernatural acts and divine creation. Oh man, creationism is that lacks empirical support and offers no testable or tangible hypothesis, and is therefore not science. The leading proponents of ID are associated with the Discovery Institute. Let's see. What's that? What'd that say? Discovery Science. This is the Discovery Institute. All this right here is the Discovery Institute, intelligent design, the whole 9 yards. Here y'all go. Misinformation at an all-time high. They will fake you out if you don't know your science. Though the phrase intelligent design had featured previously in theoretical discussion and the argument from design, its first publication in its present use as an alternative term for creation. There you go. So they took out the word creationism and turned it into intelligent design, because as you understand, you'll see that they actually had to go to court. Let me see if I got this. The origin of the concept. What's the origin of the concept? See, white people is always coming for your head. In 1910, evolution was not a topic of major religious controversy in America, but in the 1920s, the fundamentalist modernist controversy and the theory resulted in fundamentalist creation opposition to teaching of evolution and the origin of modern creationism. So right here, yo, they was denying your ancestors, yo, was actually the source of all humanity right here. They said it was God in the Bible, okay? And y'all can go read intelligent design and all that in the Discovery Institute and the book of Genesis. Like, this is what they doing. They doing all of this, y'all. All this denying Africa, y'all. All of it. Let me see what else I can find for y'all real quick. Let me get out this screen. But I just wanted to show you that before you go look at the damn video, start clicking some of these damn links, man. And see what the hell they talking about. There's a bunch of buffoonery, man. Yeah, and y'all go watch the movie, Human Zoo. It's gonna have y'all. Y'all gonna be done. Yep, I'll fake y'all out with this. All right, y'all. I know Sean should be finished doing what he's doing right there. I just wanted to, so y'all see, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you showed that demonstration, man. I mean, they definitely what they need to be doing the same thing when they picking up these books too. You need to get in the back of them books. Get in the back of them books, look at them sources, go through them sources, read them sources, who they sourcing up with.
Yeah, simple click to get you. Stop following the white boy. I told y'all stop following the white boys, yo. So the elders is following the white boys. This is funny, yo.
Yeah, sure. You got what you. Ooh, I'm sleeping. You through downloading what you. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna put it up. I'm not gonna put it up right here, man. I'm saving it. I was trying to get Ogumbala to actually define what primary sources is because he was asking somebody to show a primary source. I wanted to make sure that he actually knew what he was talking about. You know what I mean? Because I was gonna ask him a specific question before he could get this information. You know, you always can get that work, bro.
Man, you know I'm trolling.
I know he trolling. I'm just having fun back with him, man. I'm just messing with it back, but I hope I hope he ain't taking it personal. Anyway, but I do want to conclude, man, where Olatune's article is that it's really hogwash at this point. Now, I didn't see him make mention of when we were actually correcting the Mesoamericans about their culture and traditions, which we were. And we were telling them in those conversations on Facebook, which they were held, which you've seen them at, to respect certain people that we revered. So he had made a claim that we race traders, but we're defending our elders and we telling them to respect these people and their works. If they have a point of contention, what to do with that point of contention and how to do that. We measured up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do anything but stick to the information. And then when we seen them, especially me, when I seen them get disrespectful, I charged them with that disrespect and they calmed that down. We didn't see you interject. What we seen you do was make Facebook posts and then start blocking people when they were correcting you about a lot of this stuff you believe because you don't know, my brother. And we're supposed to be working hand in hand. We're supposed to be able to rely on you, and you're supposed to be able to rely on us. But you won't name names. You just throwing shots and shade.
Hold up. So what happened, Sean?
That's discrediting what the other people stand for that we actually respect. What you saying, Satep?
No, I'm saying what happened. I'm not what I don't know what you talking about right now.
Man, a lot has been said that ain't even been aired. And it always come back to this point. He updated this article. Somebody got tagged to this article because of the update of the article, and things were said by other people insinuating that we were, you know what I'm saying, doing a disservice to the elders with no evidence. And then say that we ain't demonstrating. We put it in our book. Any point of contention that we had, we put it in our book. Like I talked about y'all Kemetic, well, not y'all. When I talked about the Kemetic Christians, I put that in the book too. Because that's what they're mimicking, mocking, and doing all of that. Baptizing people, and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff we got already, volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3, man. A lot of this stuff that's coming back up, that even the stuff that, with the ancestors, we just building on and adding on to it, man, and correcting some of the stuff. We already got some of this stuff in writing, a lot of this stuff in writing. So I just don't understand, why people would say, I just want the people to stop saying that, and I'm not just saying us, of anybody, man. If you see anybody that's doing what the ancestor told us to do, you know what I'm saying? And as it is, that's to go behind them and don't take their word on face value. Go and verify what they're saying with your own eyes. And when people go to do that, and then when they come out and, say they have a discrepancy, we got to stop saying, man, that they hating on the ancestors or they disrespecting no way, form, or fashion that we disrespected no ancestor. We have never disrespected. Huh?
No,
he shouldn't be on here.
Yeah, but we never disrespect. But Sean, what you say?
I said he shouldn't be on this list. We respect his work, but there's many discrepancies because he relied on.
Who you talking about?
I'm looking at this.
Huh?
I'm looking at the list of names.
All right, I'm gonna start striking them off the list, yo. Go.
Renoka Rashida shouldn't be on the list.
Strike them off the list. Get them out of here. Go ahead.
As Marquesi is respected for his work that he did and his continuous work that he did on behalf of Dr. Ben, but he has been incorrect on a lot of issues and relied on Gerald Massey heavily.
Yeah. He didn't do no writing. I don't think. Do we got any books?
No, I don't think he has.
He's just doing his tours, educating people and enlightening them.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, but he's not a scholar. We don't consider him a scholar though.
No,
we consider him the take you to Africa tours and let you see Africa from an African perspective. I respect that. But he's not a scholar. He don't give us nothing to really, So yeah, he shouldn't be on the list because he wasn't writing nothing about the subject at all.
No.
Yeah. He might. Did he do any videos on the All Max?
No.
No, I never know them too.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, Emily. Yep. Go ahead, keep going.
Like Dr. Frances Cress Wilson. She ain't writing nothing on the All Max.
She ain't on that, man. Get off that list, man. Stop that. She deals with psychology.
Look, you got on the list. Okay. When I go to his sources, and I'm gonna tell you who he got in his sources. In his sources, he tell you who actually is talking about the Omax in his sources. So I don't know why he named all the other names. They're irrelevant.
Maybe
Ivan Vincerbo.
Okay.
All right. He got a YouTube video that he references Dr. Ben on that don't have anything to do with the Omax. Alexander von Wathenau. He's the art terracotta pottery, and I guarantee you, if we open this up and read your source, may not agree. You got DeGraff Johnson, somebody else. It's an article. African Glory: The Story of the Vanished Negro Civilizations. He used intellectual warfare, which I have that book. That he ain't talking about no Omax in intellectual warfare. That's Jacob Carruthers. All right. You sourced the Art of Research, and I got that behind me by Taka Kilimanjaro. But that's just to show you, there's supposed to be a tool you're supposed to be using in order to substantiate your research, which was from a biased perspective. Instead of you breaking it all the way down and stepping away from it and taking an unbiased approach, you never read the work on the Mesoamericans from a Mesoamerican perspective.
Yeah, you got to read it.
You just did the opposite of what Taka Kilimanjaro told you to do.
The opposite. They did the opposite.
Man, he uses The Star of Deep Beginnings by Dr. Finch. He used The Echoes of the Darkland by Dr. Finch. And, the rest of this, he used When We Rule by...
man. He don't talk about that in The Echoes of the Darkland, do he? He got some...
No, I don't even remember that. The point of contention is not with none of the people you name. It's the point of contention is with the sources that were used they came before Columbus. That is the bigger issue.
Right. We doing what we supposed to do. That's what he's an anthropologist, man. This is what Ivan would have did. Ivan would have tore y'all ass up. Y'all tripping, man. This is Ivan Ray's anthropologist, dog. All right. Simple as that, man. He do not have a problem. He got a problem with y'all doing what y'all doing. That's what he got a problem with. Yep. He got a problem with y'all holding back the scholarship and having our next generation stuck. He got a problem with that.
But that's not
shit.
But that's not, and I'm not saying it him. I'm saying in general that it goes to anybody. That's not good character.
No,
that's not good character. I'm not gonna. If I don't care how great it is, like, and I'm glad I'm in a circle with people that we all don't agree on things. We all don't agree on things, and then we all can be like, I was wrong on that, then that's showing good character right there. I was wrong on that. Don't nobody want to be wrong about nothing. And I'm not gonna push misinformation. I don't care how great. Like I think Unc is great. I think the man is great. I took what I learned from him and applied it, and it works. I think the man is great. If it was something that he did, he put out, and it wasn't genuine. Even though I don't care how much respect I got from him, I don't care how much people revere him and how much I revere the man, revere Unc. If it's a misinformation, I'm not gonna continue to push that misinformation just because everybody is talking about Unc and how Unc is great and how much work Unc put in and how many publications he put in. And it seemed like to me, everybody has a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like no one can go behind the ancestors and critique their work, you know what I'm saying, and bring out the misinformation that they did, and we know why, and we doing it respectfully. They act like we can't do that. We can do that. No one, and the same thing, and we're not saying too that we know we the know-it-all be-all or we know everything. We don't. That's why we said when you look at this here, when you look at volume 1, you look at volume 2, you look at volume 3, there's gonna be a time where people, the youth, gonna come behind us, and it's gonna be some mistakes that we made, or it's gonna be some new findings, some new updates, some data or something that's created that we never even imagined or even thought about, some tools and some resources that we're not privy to, that they may be privy to, where they may be come back. Nah, Kofi Price, our research team. I'm in Raw Squad. Whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be mad with them. I'm going to appreciate that because we wanted them to do that. We want the same thing. We want people to come behind us, build on our works, or even correct our works if we are in error. Right now, we may not be in error, but later on, we may be in error 5 or 10 years down the line. So we're not going to have a problem. Even with now, when you put out anything in writing, you can expect for it to be critiqued. You just can expect, if you put out something and for the world to see, it's going to get critiqued. Somebody is going to say something about it, whether it's good or whether it's bad, somebody is going to critique it. So we got to stop it with, hey, we're doing without, and I know people tired of that, but I'm gonna just keep reiterating because that's what they want us to do. So stop saying that somebody or we are, whoever it is doing a disservice because we going behind the ancestors and building off their works. We stop that.
Hey, Kofi. Yeah, I just want to let you know, yo, don't ever disrespect me. Sean P, don't ever disrespect me. Don't ever disrespect me. T'Challa, don't ever disrespect me. Sutek, don't ever disrespect me by letting me get away with some bullshit. Don't disrespect me like that, bro. That's not how I came in the game, yo. I came in the game on a goddamn challenge. And I expect all y'all do the damn same thing. I expect y'all to challenge my shit when I'm wrong, so y'all don't leave me running around, oh man, all fucking wrong. Don't have me out there like that looking stupid. Don't do me. Don't have your boy out there looking raggedy, dog, promoting shit that's done. Don't do me like that. Have more love for me. You ever heard that? Read the book or read the thing? The Emperor Has No Clothes On.
Nah, I never read it.
Sean, how about you?
No.
Man, listen. Here you go. The Emperor. This dude got power. The stretch, right? And you know he a strong ruler and all that, but he just got power. This clothes maker come in and sells them this magical thread that's invisible. It's supposed to be invisible, you know what I'm saying? But the super fabric is gonna have you looking fine and shit. And the Emperor was like, well, where the goddamn fabric? And he said, yo, it's when you put it on, it's gonna show it. You know what I'm saying? It's serious. Here's the gun. So he sells them a fucking zero. It's nothing. It's not real fabric, and he makes it seem like it's fabric. And so the Emperor puts on the garment. He was like, I can't feel it though. He said, yo, it's there. He walked past his court. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell him he ain't got no fucking clothes on. They say, yeah, man, that shit look good you got on. He gets outside the gates. He's walking down the street. Won't nobody say, right? A little boy comes up and say, Emperor, you don't got no clothes on. And he looked down and he realized, damn, I ain't got no clothes on. What I'm saying is, they don't have me outside looking all raggedy with the all max shit if it ain't real, dog. Man, have more respect for me and what we stand for. Don't ever disrespect me by not challenging something that you feel like is wrong. This is not a cult. That's why I'm in the Nation of Islam ass. Won't nobody walk up to that old man and say, dog, yo, sir, your people are dying at higher rates because of the coronavirus. Ain't nothing wrong with the vaccine, sir. Won't nobody look him in his eyes as a man. They disrespectful over there in that camp. As a man, they won't tell him. It's a cult because it's not set up for nobody to tell them. Somebody got a book. Somebody that's in the leadership for real. Well, in a cult, you only got one leadership. But Wesley get up there and do a whole circus act on why the shit ain't real instead of telling, look, man, that shit ain't real. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, dude, respect Farrakhan enough, man. Respect the organization enough that say they out there badass mind. Man, come on, dog. Respect what Malcolm stood for. Respect that man's death, yo. Respect them and say, dog, y'all niggas is just wrong right now, yo. I just wanted to say that to y'all, man. That's baseline for me, yo. Don't have me out there looking raggedy as a motherfucker thinking I'm right on some shit. Come on, man. That's crazy. Nah, dog, don't do me like that. Don't change my legacy with that shit.
Hey, I said the same thing to Sutek. You on here, Sutek? We was chopping it up one time in the back. I was like, bro, if I'm ever wrong on some shit, let me know.
Damn, where you at?
Hey, man, listen.
Man, they be coming through with these bites.
Yeah, so we made it a point the other day when we were building with Brother Vic, who was running for mayor in Montgomery, Alabama. We made a point to, like, because we was listening to his live, and you know, when listening to his live, he was saying some things that was kind of sketchy. Now, we didn't attack the brother. We didn't mess his stream up or anything like that. We invited the brother over. And then that kind of led to the conversation that we had yesterday, which led to where we are today. Let's just put it out there. It wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't distasteful. It wasn't none of that. He was basically telling us about some stuff, and we was telling him what he needed, what he didn't need, what he could read, what he couldn't read, what he needed to kind of dismiss, what he needed to receive, right? And Van Sertima came up. Mawada Ashby came up too. You know what I'm saying? He came up too. So when we weighing this work, right? Like you was putting it on the scale. We weighing the work. When we're weighing the work, it's not coming out. Kofi, put it back on the screen.
What you want to
put it back on the screen.
Shake on the DR thing, yeah. Hold on.
Put it back on
the scale, yo. That's because that's what our ancestors did. They weighed the shit. Y'all, they be tripping, yo.
Man, listen, it is very unscientific, and Taka Kilimanjaro has it in his book. It is unscientific to personality worship. Taka Kilimanjaro, in any of his research books, will tell you off the bat, and he said on Facebook. Personality worship isn't scientific. So again, I would like to see above all greater number of researchers, Afro-Americans, he's talking to us, young Americans, and even whites. Why not? Because it's the young who are the least prejudiced. As a consequence, they are the most capable of making triumph ideas, which frighten the older generation. That's what made you update your article. You was frightened. Also, I think that it will be necessary to put together polyvalent scientific teams capable of doing in-depth studies for sure. And that's what's important. It bothers me when Oluwatunji, Mwamba, and the likes takes me on my word without developing the means of verifying what I say. He's displeased with you. We must form a scientific spirit capable of seeing even the weaknesses of our own proofs, of seeing the unfinished side of our work, and of committing ourselves to completing it. You understand? Therefore, we should then have a work which could honestly stand criticism. before what we've done would have been placed on a scientific plane. If our work cannot stand criticism, it won't be on a scientific plane. Now, I said this once before, and I'm going to say it again. Had Vince Sertima, Chancellor Williams, Diop, John Henry Clark, John G. Jackson, Sean Bird, all of those people that you pretty much left off the list, like Leo Hansberry, all of them people, right? You know, a whole slew of people. Had they had the internet in their day, do you know how much farther that we would be as a community if our pioneers, the people who you placed on this high plane, had the internet and had quicker access to information and data? We wouldn't even be talking about none of this stuff because they would have been correcting all of that stuff real quick. Like they would have corrected it so quick and then republished their works that their work would be in schools. If not, we would have been fighting for their works to be being taught in these school systems. But you won't allow for that to happen because it ain't supposed to be touched. Just like when the Shemsuhiru research team said, Kemet doesn't mean the black land. Oh, you going against Diop. You're going against Diop. What in the what? It makes absolutely no sense. See, the problem is that this generation of people that are looking down at our generation are afraid to do original research. Therefore, they want to stand on research from 40 years ago and act like that's the end all be all. So much has transpired over 40 years. We have way much more access to scientific data in every field study that would allow us to advance our people further. You want us to stay stuck in 1972 and we can't. We cannot. We can't afford to be stuck in 1972. We got kids that are growing up and we can't give them that information. Therefore, we got to update the scholarship. So I have your book. I have your book. Because I don't want you to think, look, I ain't no supporter. This your book, right? Your name right there in red. Cool name right there in black at the bottom.
I ain't got that shit. What kind?
No. Look.
Wait, let me see. M Cool. What you got there, M Cool?
Chapter. Look, no. I'm letting you know I read the book. Chapter 3. You went and did it again. You went and did it again.
M Cool.
Not M Cool. Oluwatunji Mwamba. Not M Cool. Don't put that on him. A discussion about the talking points, African ancestry and heritage, why we deny being Africans. You go straight in here, and there's some points of contention in your book. Earlier in your book. I stayed quiet on it. You talked about Turtle Island and all of that in here.
Turtle Island?
Yeah, the old Mac, all that show up in here. Yeah, some of the same stuff that you seen in his updated article, it's in here too. You talked about a host of slew of things. And see, here's the thing. It's because you put it in a book, it's subject for scrutiny, but you didn't even verify your sources.
Just wrote a book.
You wrote a book and you stood on the information that you had received and refused to get off of, and you wouldn't even use the updated scholarship to even help you make even a stronger point to argue your premise. Because when I go to chapter 3, and I'm gonna read the title to you one more time. African ancestry and heritage, why we deny being Africans. I totally rock with the title because I want to know why we denying it too. Why everybody want to be everything other than an African. But when you filled it with certain information in here, you begin to lose me. Then you try to get smart. You try to come back with the whole argument. Kemet means the black land, the black people. You tried that. Instead, you refuse.
What? What did he try to do?
He tried to go back to the argument that Kemet means the black land.
Let me see. What that's at? Open that up. What that's at? What page? Make him real mad.
It's in the same chapter 3.
What he say?
He started on page 69. The term Kemet is an indigenous Nile Valley African term that was created by indigenous Nile Valley African people and means the black nation. It is correctly defined by our ancient Nile Valley African ancestors as the black metropolis, town, city, country, and commit to mean the black people or the black country. That's incorrect.
See that?
Instead of even reviewing, he didn't even review this work. He didn't even give himself a chance to even want to see what Asar, Wujawu, and Sinjeti was talking about.
Yeah, they blew us off, yo, with that. They did. They literally blew us off, yo. Like they blew us off. Like, wow, how could a whole group of black people around black people name their shit the black town or the black place? Then you would
see black people.
Huh?
If it's the land of the blacks, right? If it's black people all the way around, how do they know which black people who?
Right. It's a place name. They own a place name, geographical features and all that. Name your shit after the black people. Then they ain't making no sense that everybody black. And the majority of inhabitants on planet Earth is black, colored.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this, man, and I don't say this a lot, but and I really don't like saying this because it's kind of rhetorical, but if you're not able to read the text, you won't understand because the determinative denotes the meaning of the of what they're trying to convey. Now, if you match this up with other place names in Kemet, you'll see a consistency to where they're not calling the people black. You see what I'm saying? So it's like whenever you're not able to do that, you'll never be able to understand it. And that's all I wanted to say on it.
Yeah, and I mean they drawing from Diop, with that. That's why I talked about earlier about the conference, in 74 when the UNESCO conference. I mean, and look, that's 1974, and I understand why he was doing what he was trying to do because he was trying to prove in that conference that hey, Africans are all over Africa. You saying that they are white people resides in Egypt? No, the black people are in Egypt. Look, they even called their land the black land. But this was in 1974. We in 2021. So we have to update the scholarship. And like Sean said, I agree with what Sean said. We do have to give these new, the new generation, had to give them a chance. Just like we gave Dr. Ben, just like we gave Asa Hilliard, just like we gave John G. Jackson, just like we gave John Henry Clark, Chancellor Williams, Van Sertimer, and the list goes on, man. Y'all gave them a chance. Y'all had to give us a chance too. Y'all had to give us a chance. Y'all have to read our works, too. But everybody wants to follow me. Everybody, just think that those books are set in stone. And that takes me back to the mind of us being religious. What I mean by being religious, most, and I'm speaking from me coming from a Christian background. You can't update the Bible. The Bible is the end all be all. You can't correct it. So I mean, and it just put me in that mind state as being a religious Christian that once we solidify these ancestors for the great work that they did, then we don't have to go. Their work is set in stone. We don't have to go back and follow up behind them. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's what they want us to do, they want us to go and critique their work. You know what I'm saying? They want us to update our work. But that everybody's coming up now. Nobody wants to read. I'm not saying everybody, because shout out to Mku. Mku, he reads all of our works. You know what I'm saying? He promotes us. So shout out to brother Mku. And that's
absolutely, bro. Listen, we love Mku. We confine in MCOO. We reach out to MCOO. We get information from MCOO. He's a true elder to us. He is someone we revere.
Barbecue sweet.
You know what I'm saying? He is someone we revere. So when his name come up, man, all of us, we show an ultimate respect for MCOO.
Yep.
On a whole nother level.
That's the OG.
Man.
Yeah, that's the OG. That's our well right there.
Before we speak, bro, we reach out to MCOO.
Yeah.
That's what people don't even know. Before we even have if we want to do topics like this, where we go first, Kofi?
We go holler at him.
We go holler at MCOO.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I didn't have a chance to call him before we started, but you reached out to him, and then I'm gonna call him tomorrow and chop it up with him tomorrow, man. I respect him because like a lot of the elders, I see that won't give. I'm not just saying us won't give some of the others a chance neither. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I really don't know what that's about, but like
Yeah, I know what it's about. I know what it's about, yo. Sometimes, yo, you just gotta take it. Like I ain't asking. We taking this. I ain't asking. I'm just taking it, yo. You gotta take it. Some shit you gotta take. Just taking it. And no, you don't gotta read it because it don't matter. Because you're gonna always run into the buzzsaw. Just taking it. I'm not asking. We tried that. So we just moving forward past you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Like that's part of getting old, I guess. You just fucking get ornery and you don't want to study no more. And you should have just made sure you had, brothers and sisters building research teams, yo. You would never get left behind, yo. But the days of the one man scholarship is over with, man. Diop's laid it down, Chancellor Williams laid it down, and I really read their shit, and I really meant it. I meant this. I meant to lay down a pattern of research teams. A fucking minute, man. We ain't nothing but extension of a Harlem history class. I mean, that's what they did. It was a study group, dog. Come on, dog. It was on the internet. Now we on the internet. Now we on YouTube, Facebook, study teams, man. This is what it is, man. They tell you that Chancellor Williams work, get study teams together. Come on, man. And I meant that. And
but who followed them to Ka Kilimanjaro? Because he wrote a whole damn book named Study Teams.
I read the book. I got the book.
Yeah, I got it back there too. Yeah.
Look, leave me alone, Kilimanjaro. Don't get mad because I read your book. We read the book. God damn. This shit funny.
Hey, Yo, so listen, check this out real quick. I'm gonna say this on the live. Mm-hmm. So Takai here, he in Nashville, right?
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah, the man is at Fisk University.
Oh shit, go up there.
I am. I gotta get with him, but he been busy or whatever, trying to get acclimated and things of that nature. And then you got COVID and stuff. So he's here. We're gonna have to bum rush him, yo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come down that way, Sean. I'll be sliding down there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to slide down there. You gotta roll up on him, show him some love. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm when y'all set it up, man. I'm gonna have to come on. I ain't but 6 hours away.
Oh, here you go with the I ain't but.
I was in Memphis. Man, I come to Memphis. I come to Memphis every year. I didn't go last year because of COVID. And somebody was supposed to drive to Memphis to see me. Somebody was supposed to come to Memphis. Ain't but what? An hour to an hour and a half away?
3 hours.
3. Oh, is it?
Yeah, he gotta come all the way across the damn state.
Well, now I said 6 hours. I'm 8 hours away because it takes me 5 hours to get to Memphis. I thought Tennessee from Memphis was like an hour and a half away. I'm sorry. No, you want to drive.
My brother tried to get me to go to Memphis. I'm like, I just drove 4 hours to get here. I'm not driving 4 more hours to go to Memphis.
Yeah. Yeah, but it don't matter, man. I had to,
Right, we're gonna have to bum rush him. You know what I mean? Because it'll be good for all of us to sit down with him and kind of see where he at, see what he got going on, and you know what I mean. We can have that deal because I know he'll invite that. Yeah. He'll love that. Have all of us down there because it's some stuff that that I know that he would love to pass down to us. You know what I mean? We all respect his work, what he's doing. But guess what? We only got 1 point of contention. And that's the old man. That's the old man. That's the only point of contention. Now, some of those other people that write in different fields, we ain't nitpicking their stuff, but some of them got some, you know.
Yeah, we ain't nitpicking, but they keep getting loud, yo. We're gonna start grabbing on their shit for real, yo. So, warning shot. Let's do that. Warning shot. Cut it out. Cut it out, yo. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. Let the young people grow, yo.
Man, listen, man, I'm about to kick him out the chat, yo.
Who in the chat?
Ogumbola.
Hey, look, this dude been firing shots all day trolling. Well, hey, I don't know who like to get under people's skin more. Him or dang, Truth.
They running next day.
No, Truth. He said, is it a search for just flaws? No. I can tell you what I do, Truth, is like when I'm reading a book, like let's say for instance, I read a book, right? And then I go and I start cross-referencing the sources to substantiate it because we doing presentations. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all doing presentations on MBK. We doing them on a Mossi. I'm a Rod Squad, Kofi Piesie research team. Like we places and we're presenting information to people. But if we're not going back and cross-referencing our sources, somebody who did do the, you know, the right critiques on the work and you know, cross-reference the sources and use real methodology to come, you know, before they put this information out, they're gonna be like, well, that's wrong. And then they're gonna be like arguing with you up and down and about why it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So nah, it ain't. I don't like nitpicking at nobody work. It's like I read their work and then I continue reading. It's what I'm gonna tell you like this. When I started reading Dr. Ben books, right, I started going behind his references and looking at other people's work. And then I started reading, you know, like Taka's work. And then I started reading other scientists' work around evolution and understanding that whole thing. And, you know, I spent a few years doing that. And once I started seeing this information replicating itself in numerous different sources, I began to say, okay, these people are all saying the same thing. And that allowed me to say, okay, so the conclusion, I can come to an honest conclusion based on the data. And then I started looking, when I say data, I'm talking about all the data, the archaeological surveys and evidence and all of that stuff that came out of that. So most people are not going to go that extra mile. Like, for instance, Truth, if you get ready to research a topic or bring something out to the people, you know it before everybody else know it. Like, if you want to talk about an example, the Moors, one of the things that you already did was you already had Noble Drew Ali lined up. But you had information that you were sitting on that even the Moors didn't know nothing about, because when you asked them a simple question, they couldn't even give it to you. So as a teacher in the community, I'm seeing that, and I'm watching you present your information, and then I'm watching how you handling your business and doing all of that, and I'm trying to learn from you. And I noticed that you going the extra mile, just like the Amara squad in what was it, Kemet versus the Hebrew crowd?
The debate.
That debate. Polite deferred to the Amara squad. So I'm like, what is the Amara squad doing different than Polite? Because he the one standing on the stage with the mic. They went the extra mile. They learned the language. They got the facsimile. They knew how to read the fact. You know what I'm saying? They came with all the extra work. So I learned then, like, yo, bro, I can't, you know, you got to do more than surface level research. You might get lucky a couple of times on the surface, but you ain't going to get lucky all the time on the surface. So that's when I developed a passion for going behind the sources and cross-referencing and doing everything the right way, because the tools told me and the demonstration from the teachers told me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why I get like nerdy and geeky about methodology and so on and so forth, because I know if we don't do it and we kicking that misinformation, we're going to have problems. And as everybody, MBK all the way down to even people that ain't even speaking no more. Every last one of us been challenging pseudos. Trying to combat misinformation. It's about 50 of us if you put us all together.
I know. Swarm. It's a swarm.
So, Truth, you said you was your comment was in reference to me.
Ah.
I am so like you kind of took the words out of my mouth, bro. It's not a search for flaws. It's that a lot of us are holding on, especially a lot of the elders are holding on to misinformation, outdated information, and it's like it can't be updated because of the cultish behavior that we see going on. So it's like, bro, anybody could be corrected. If I wrote a book, if in my chapter volume 1, 2, and 3, 10, 20 years down the line, the shit was pseudo, the shit was pseudo. You know what I'm saying? So I say the same shit for me. If all my shit was pseudo, if I had more pseudo than non-pseudo, then throw my shit in the trash because it's about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an ego. Like I don't have to be right just to make myself feel good. You know what I'm saying? So I could be corrected just like anybody else. He could be corrected like what Aunt say, bro. Anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? So,
The Africans can get it.
Hey, look, MBK made a video, but I said MBK can't get it. Look at man.
The Mexicans can't get it.
The Mexicans can't get it.
Oh,
yo, that's just some love, man. We just put some fun into that shit, man. That's all, yo. I ain't nobody crazy shit. We ain't cherry picking, yo. That ain't what we doing, yo. Ain't nobody tripping. Everybody make mistakes. We just saying when a motherfucker try to act like we crazy because we teach evolution, yo, then I'm jumping all in. Like, come on, yo. That's the foundation of this shit.
Hey, I read this book. Now hold on. Let me tell the story. I read this book because John Henry Clark introduced because of the introduction. He introduced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. They introduced
so I read the book because of Dr. John Henry Clark.
Yeah.
And when I read the book, I started seeing a common theme in the book. And then I started realizing that it wasn't lining up with the science, but I kept reading it.
That boy was talking about Bigfoot in that motherfucker.
There was some emotional stuff in this book. I mean, he went at his own people, yes. He wrote about his own people and talked about them and all of that old stuff. But I never actually referenced this book or told people to get this book.
They want them Neanderthals, yo.
Yeah,
white Neanderthals, yo.
Yeah, he did some mess.
When you read that book?
Clark signed up
like 4 years ago.
Yeah, about the same, about 4 or 5 years.
I don't even think I ever heard nobody ever reference that book.
You know I did, yo, back in the day, yo, 20 years ago.
I
mean like in work, like in written work.
Now that I know Truth watching. Truth, I know you watching.
What's that? That's the
first something.
Look real close. Can y'all see it?
Who wrote that?
Hey, it's from the African Free Schools presentation book.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice there. Yeah, that's right up Truth's alley.
Yeah. And this
right up his alley.
This is some good, helpful, useful information right here as well. But yeah, it's just basically leads from the African Free School presentation book. You know what I'm saying? It's about the New York Historical Society. You know what I'm saying? You get in here and you get some information up out of here, learn a little bit about African school of thought, the earlier schools and all that.
The Truth said he'll sign though. He said mine is signed though.
I don't care because your book signed.
I should have known it had some ties to New York, man. He know all New York history, dog. He walked down the street and name every building and who built it and all that.
He be doing a show walking down the street.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What up, Chris? Chris just joined the panel. What's happening, Chris?
What up, Chris?
Peace.
Don't be connecting them elders, Chris. Don't be doing it. Y'all
can you hear us, Chris? Chris?
No, we can't hear. Y'all gonna start correcting them elders, yo. You know they was right, yo. They biblical, yo. They never was wrong on nothing. Y'all can stop that, y'all disrespectful, y'all. Throw y'all books away, yo. We only want to read a couple books. We don't want to sit in the no time for change. No.
Chris, what's going on with your mic, Chris? You talking, but we can't hear you. Your mic unmuted, but we can't hear nothing you saying.
He ain't got his audio on.
Yeah, we can't hear nothing.
He got his computer muted or something.
No. So we definitely can't hear. Okay.
Shepard said, if you racist, the Iceman Inheritance is an excellent read.
It's crazy. I be reading Shepard comments, and I can, him and the Unc got that Baltimore slang, and
you can hear him saying it.
I can hear him saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I be doing the same thing. They just be talking like I hear the same shit, yo.
Yeah, I can hear him saying it, man. Yeah, Chris must have popped out. His what's the name? Must have been messed up, man. But man, I mean, shoot, I'm gonna wait just a minute or two and see if Chris pop in. If he got nothing, we can get and close out the show, man. But until Chris pop back in here, man, there's something going on with his audio. I gotta do it, man. If we everybody talking about Black History Month. If you go get these cards, man. We put out, these 54 deck of cards, educational quiz cards, man, where you can. We
can't hear you.
You still can't hear you, Chris. But these cards right here, man, if you wanna, you can play them with your family, you can play them with your significant other, you can play them with couples, or you can just, get them and just quiz yourself, man. These are some good cards, man. Educational cards, 54 deck cards. You can get that on Kofi Piesie Research Team. If Unc already showed the books, but if you ain't got Volume 1, go get Volume 1, Spirits of the Mossi, Historical Survey in the Minds of African Warrior Scholars Volume 1, written by Kofi Piesie Research Team, bagged by the Mossi Warrior Clan. If you ain't got Volume 2, go get From Spirits to Pen, Historical Survey in the Minds of African Warrior Scholars Volume 2, written by Kofi Piesie Research Team, bagged by the Mossi Warrior Clan. Also, if you ain't got Volume 3, which is thicker than the other two books, go get this Spiritual Combat, a Historical Survey in the Minds of African Warrior Scholars Volume 1, written by Kofi Piesie Research Team, bagged by the Mossi Warrior Clan. I think this is our best work today. We got a revised copy coming out with basically the same. We just rearranged the chapters. We broke them down in the context as far as history. As I learned, we all learn other things. So go check us out. The other publications, Kalawa Trip to the Motherland, My Children book, go get it. Sean, One Night Before Bed, Children book, go get that. Sean's Cocaine.
Don't look like my book though, Kofi.
Huh?
That book you holding up don't look like my book.
Nah, because you got the breakdown. Yeah. You working now. You working.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I got that. Hey, y'all got to get this one here.
It's the same thing. The chapter just rearranged. Just a thing. I got it. He always want to one up somebody. Always want to one up.
Different copies.
This is special. You see that? What it say? Part 1.
African Paradigm. Yeah, we revised it a little bit. Chris. You got 20 copies coming, Chris. The new copies that you got coming to the house.
Okay, bet.
Those 20 copies to revise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The copies that you got through Unc, the 10 copies you got coming, Unc, is the revised edition too.
Yeah, you're gonna have the
man, I kept saying that I put the SAR thing in there, but I think I put it in the wrong file.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey man. Wait a minute. Let me see. Hold on. Y'all messing up. Let me see something.
What you looking for, Unc?
Hold on. Wait, I ain't gonna tell you. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to the hold on. Is it one? Let me see. I think y'all underestimating something here. Let me see here real quick. Yeah. Talk crazy. You come right here. Right here. Y'all don't need to. Hold on.
Clean up.
Hold on. Right here. Yeah, y'all don't need to. When y'all get the Spears, Spears, the Mossi, right? Y'all ain't gotta go no farther than Black Panther and Brother Unc dedicated.
They ain't gotta go no further.
They ain't gotta go no
all the
goddamn
signs
farther.
you need.
All the best one. Goddamn.
Yeah.
That's it. I wrote a half a page, but that shit was lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning fire, boy.
Yeah.
Don't play with me. I'm gonna get you quick. I'm gonna get you out of there quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Appreciate,
man.
appreciate
Fun,
you.
yo.
You got something, Chris? But
Man,
you know, we ain't want to end the show, man.
I was just getting into the what's it called, the Van Sertimo thing. I didn't know he responded. So that's what I was showing Sean. I didn't know they had any back and forth because I guess they, what's it called? He had been responding, I think, all the way up into the 90s. I just thought it was interesting, just like on some historical stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he got the hold on, I'll show you. Because
I'm coming when I come to Chicago, bro. I'm robbing you. I'm robbing your house. I'm just letting you know when I get to them books. I got to get them, man.
Man, Chicago, man, they don't know what they got here. They don't know what they got. But so it's this one, right? This was like where he started to, defend some stuff before the Columbus, and then he came back with
what's the name of that book? What's the name of that book you just?
It's African Presence in
Early
America.
America.
Okay.
Right? And then Early America. What's Early America Revisited?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to see that. I gotta.
Yeah, I can see it. We can see it now.
But I got all that.
Was just like because it's just interesting to kind of see the back and forth, because I actually haven't even really got into, they came before Columbus, but I just thought it was cool to see like the back and forth. That's why I was just interested to kind of see what the arguments were, because I feel like even after you read the, they came before Columbus, it's good to see where they kind of ended at. So I got to catch up with that because I'm still getting through. I think you brought up the African origin, Joe. African origin, and because I guess the one thing I will give Van Sertimo credit on is just the collection of people he put together. So
yeah, she didn't. We told y'all.
But but yeah, I mean, I think it's real good to update the information because, like, man, it's a whole bunch of stuff, man. Whole bunch of stuff we got to update because, man, because like a big book that got buried, right, is this one, right? This one right now it's hard to find anywhere, but like one of the things in the myth of black capitalism he found out was like, man, a lot of the do for self shit was not. It wasn't do for self, like one of the things I think that Malcolm alluded to. He said that Elijah Muhammad was being funded by a dude in Dallas. A lot of people have said the dude was this guy named what's his name, H.L. Hunt, right? Not only that, people like Booker T. Washington, they got funded by what's his name, I think it was Rockefeller and maybe J.P. Morgan. I'd have to double check on that, but yeah, like a lot of stuff, even with the politics, like on the bill the other day, I meant to get into Black Power, Politics, and Liberation, right? The good thing about this, right? So a lot of people, they'll disagree with Kwame Ture, right? But Charles V. Hamilton, he's actually, he's a political scientist, right? And I mean to the point where he actually edited. Which one did he edit? No. But he's I think even shouted out, or he wrote a chapter in one of the, what is it called, the national political science review. And the thing about the whole national thing, right, like you got to remember that national means black and American means white, just in terms of organization. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely good to update everything, man, because like as we get into the, like a lot of the stuff. And I know I heard the Iceman inheritance stuff. I mean, it's more so about the behavioral science tip, like in terms of how they act. It's just certain characteristics that it's not so much of, because I don't want it to get conflated with the white man as a devil bullshit, but more so just where certain behaviors come from. So that's key. And I guess eventually I'm gonna go through the whole two cradle thing. But I mean, if people
Yeah,
disagree
it
with
come
it,
from
I'm
Africa.
willing to hear the argument. So
Ain't no argument. All the genes come from Africa. Shit.
nah, But what's it called? I
Yo,
found out.
you do know genes control emotion, right? All the genes come from Africa, yo.
Nah.
It
No,
do,
I
man.
mean, but
The
I mean,
brain,
hell,
hold on, watch
Diddy.
this. The brain
Hold up.
develops after. Listen, the thing that make you Homo sapien is your brain size, yo. That's what separates you from Neanderthal and all that. So the brain develops in Mama Africa, yo.
Okay.
You just gotta take the bitter with the sweet. Like if you're gonna be the mother of all civilization, yo, you gotta take the bitter with the sweet, yo.
But to evolution, right? They evolved in something different.
Nah, hell
Everybody
no.
evolved.
No, you tripping.
But I'm saying, so you saying everybody has the same nature and there's no different in terms of pathology.
No, but that's what makes us great. That what culture did we develop? And that's what the bros is talking about. We
But
developed a culture to check that shit at the door. That's what's deep right there. You know what I'm saying? And whereas though Europeans' culture was allowing for more reckless type of shit. But all humans have behavioral problems, yo. You tripping. Where you at?
What?
I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, yo. Niggas is crazy, dog.
But why? But why? But see,
Because
that's
they
where
want
Amos
to
Will.
do it.
But this is
Oh,
where the
okay.
Amos Wilson work
Hold
come
on.
in. But this is where Amos Wilson works come in.
So
He
you don't
said
believe cancer?
black on black violence is a product of the American identity, a lot of their values.
Hold on,
So
go to Chancellor William work. Let's do this. I was gonna
we can
get
go
you
to Chance.
anyway.
We can go to Amos Wilson.
We're
We
gonna
can go
chant.
to Wabogo. We
We're
could
gonna
go
chant.
to. We could
Real
even
quick.
go to Urugu because it's more of a
Mm-mm.
systematic analysis. It's not about like how you feel about a particular person. It's an analysis of a system and
Yeah, don't worry
and
about
the
it. Watch
people
this.
that the system produce.
I'm gonna show you something real quick. Watch this. That's why I was like, damn, did y'all miss this shit in the book? Watch this. Page. Let me give you the page number. We can get out our books. Hold on. Chance of work real quick, yo. That's why I respect African culture. Because it formed the human character, yo. Yep. The hell with your mind say, dude, nigga. We're gonna form our character, our moral code. Yeah, because your mind tell you to do any damn thing. You know that.
Oh yeah.
I ain't got no money. I'm gonna rob this dude. Your character say, come on, man, you can find a better way, yo.
Mhm.
You got a culture that instructs and inform you on how to act in certain situations, yo. You can do any motherfucking thing. I'm telling you, yo, it's about culture, bro. You think you're
It is
looking at this
about culture. And,
right?
and I mean, what is their culture, push them to do?
I mean, based off the circumstances, they was running out of resources, yo.
Yeah, but I mean, after they got
All
resources,
right,
what
here we
was they
go.
to change?
Hey, you got your book Destruction, right?
Yeah. Let me.
Grab that. Kofi, you got your
Oh
Destruction,
yeah, hold
joint?
on, I got it. I got
Yeah,
it.
what page you on? What page you
Let's
say?
go to 354.
Okay, let's go to
354.
354. Let's go to 354.
Got him. Put me in the game, coach. I got one shot left. I'm getting old, but I got the one shot.
Okay, you said 354, right? It's the
Yeah.
divisions, right?
Yeah,
Well,
division of community service.
come down to the kingdom of South Zambes. Y'all see that?
Oh, you got that first edition copy, boy. We ain't got that copy.
But hey, Kofi, I think you said it was 87, but it's actually first edition. I think was 74.
74. Okay.
Yeah, I think this one was printed in 87, but when we was going over Dr. Bobby E. Wright's work, he was quoting it, and it was 74.
Hold on.
Because I don't know where I'm on page 354, and it's saying
communities.
Yeah, division of community service is 4 or 5 is division of youth activities.
So that's it. That's the page.
Yeah,
What
354.
yours look like, huh?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
page. Yeah, that's the page. So which? Yeah.
I'm on the page where it says there were 5 rulers during short. Go over there to the Mossi chapter. There you go. Where you get the Mossi prophecy, right?
Oh, the Mossi prophecy. Hold on. Let me
Oh,
see.
okay, I think that was earlier in the
Yeah,
book.
that's
Wasn't it?
way back in the book. Yeah. Scholar Schwartz. I think that was around the one where we discussed the Ghana Empire, the Songhay, and after that, hold on. I don't forgot what chapter that is. Though. Hold on, I can find it because I got all of it highlighted in here.
They say hence every tribe that in isolation had developed something noteworthy, but particular to itself. No matter how strange or different from all others, could see its unique culture pattern, became a national institution, and be filled with both pride and
209.
gratitude.
Okay, 209.
Y'all, that's what it is.
Yeah, 209 is where the remarkable Mossi.
Mm-hmm. The Mossi prophecy is on there.
Which now, okay, then you say that, but you ain't on Remarkable Mossi. You reading from you. Well, you might be. Is you? That's where you starting at. They never called it an empire. That's where you reading it on.
What page you on? Kofi 180 what?
We on 209.
Man.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, 209. That's where I'm at on 209.
Then it say the dance of Kuba. It say if Lumba excelled in the architectural arts, they would be the leading planners and builders. It's talking about how the groups was forming together. Remember that?
Yeah.
How the Mossi was coming together, yo. This is my favorite chapter.
There were 5 core kingdoms.
Okay.
You gotta go past that. It say, yep, there you go. It say there were 5.
The Mossi is another case study because it is also typical example, right?
No. There were 5 rulers during the short period of 19 years between 1568 to 1587.
Hold on.
One being a woman.
Hold on.
I'm trying to find it too.
You're not talking about Cuba, right?
No, he said he mentioned Luba. Luba, I mean.
Not Lou. Okay.
Cuba. Yeah, Cuba. Kuba. Cuba.
Oh, okay. Cuba. Yeah, same. Cuba.
Kingdom of
Each
Cuba.
group could win the Lumba, leading planners and builders. So all humans endeavors, each group could win national distinction.
The Mossi prophecy on 216, Kofi.
Oh, 216.
Yeah, you gotta. It's right. You gotta keep reading down. You're gonna catch it.
But he don't get those dates that he said because it's revised.
Huh?
The great prophet.
See, he got that first copy though.
Yeah, he got the first edition. You got the first edition. We got the second edition.
If you go to 309, the one I put the Chancellor Williams quote that got deleted out of there. I think that's if you go to 309.
Listen, it says it's talking about the council. It says there were 5 rulers during a short period of 19 years, 1568 and 1587, one being a woman. It was not known whether the council sitting as electoral college set what seems to indicate 4-year terms. After 1857, longer but still fixed terms for kings or queens also seem to be indicated. It appears that these limited terms of officials by kings continued during the supremacy of the council. For a long time, 10 years in offense seemed to be limited. This brings us to the third reason for selecting Cuba as the same example. An example state. Cuba shows how the blacks themselves. Y'all right there yet? It's deep.
Go to 220 because that's what he's talking about. Cuba.
All right.
I was gonna say I think Unc on like 213 for us. Where'd you start at, Unc?
There are 5 rulers during the short period.
You said you started at the Remarkable Mossi?
Nah, that ain't where he started it. Yeah, let him read because I'm lost because I don't.
This was gonna get y'all. Watch this.
Yeah.
It said Cuba. Watch it, yo. Cuba showed how the blacks themselves do undermine and destroy some of their own, some of their own best institutions and replace black democracy with black anarchy without the slightest external influence. So he's saying,
hold on, stop, stop,
226.
Stop, no, 225 and 226 is where Unc at.
Okay.
There were 5 rulers during the short period of the 19 years between 1568 and 15.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Y'all got it, right?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Oh,
Now,
okay,
I want
I see
Chris
it.
to read
It's
that.
like the
Yeah,
second
Chris.
paragraph.
You got it, Chris?
Yep.
Go ahead. I want you to read it. Start with Cuba shows how the blacks themselves.
Cuba shows how the black themselves do undermine and destroy.
We cannot hear you, yo. You reading kind of low.
Okay.
Normally loud. Now you kind of low. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, I got you. It says Cuba shows how the blacks themselves do undermine and destroy some of their own best institutions and replace black democracy with a black autocracy without the slightest
right
external
there. Hold on,
okay.
Chris. There's no white people. He's showing you.
Wait a second.
Chris,
Wait a second. Let's cross-reference though.
No, Chris, you don't do it, Chris.
Let's cross-reference though.
Chris,
hold
you
up. Look at the year.
Hey, Chris.
Is this 1587?
Hey, Chris. Listen. Slow down. Take your time.
1587 though.
Chris is uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm not.
He has to make.
I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed because 1587.
Hey, no, listen. Hey, watch what I'm telling y'all. If he don't make this point, he's not going to be able to prove that we build our shit without no European influence. He has to make this point here, yo. You got to take the bitter with the sweet, Chris. You're trying to cross-reference you quick. This one of the ones you got to just bite it. I bit this shit 15 years ago. Now go ahead. Start up where you stop. Watch this.
Without the slightest external, influence or aid whatsoever, what is more and often overlooked, a king may become a despot by the will of the people. This development, incidentally, is
can't hear you, Chris. You be reading strong as shit. What happened?
You said, hold on, no, I got you. You said what is more and often overlooked, a king may become a despot by the will of the people.
Keep going.
This development, incidentally, is a further justification of my rejection of 2 equally false doctrines. One is the contention. It says one is the contention of whites that the great institutions in Africa were Caucasian in origin, and whites that the great institutions in Africa were Caucasian in origin, and the other is the contention of blacks that great African institutions were destroyed by Caucasians and other outsiders, and by them alone. What it all means is that the African people act and react just as all other peoples do, with the same motivations, conditions, or similar circumstances, aims, and objectives.
Go back again.
But like y'all said,
bro, hold on, Chris. Do me a favor. Just read it again. I'll read it for you. What it all means is that the African people act and reject and react just as all other peoples do, with the same motives, conditions, or similar circumstances, aims, and objectives. What Chancellor's telling us is knock it the fuck off. That we do the same shit everybody do, but we develop strong African institutions that would drive in the direction that you're now talking about, bro. That's the point.
Not true.
Listen, so you're just gonna do it. So watch this. So this dope Chancellor away then.
No, we keeping Chancellor. We keeping Chancellor.
Hey,
no,
Chris,
we're keeping him. We're keeping him.
Hey, Chris, you know why I don't mess with Jesus
Go
Christ?
to pre-colonial Black Africa. You can go to the first chapter.
I'm not listening to
pre-colonial Black
I don't
Africa.
want to listen to a Muslim yet.
No,
listen.
Look,
hey,
go to pre-colonial Black Africa.
Hey, Chris,
look at the concept of cash, right?
Chris,
look at what they call in slavery, right? And then compare that to all of the slave narratives.
Hey, Chris, you know why I don't follow Jesus Christ, Chris?
It's not the same.
Hey, Chris, you know why I don't follow Jesus Christ? You know why I don't follow Jesus Christ, yo? You know why I don't follow Jesus Christ?
Why?
Because I can never be what the fuck he was. He was perfect, dog. So that's not giving me a good example.
No,
But if
no,
I
no,
can
no,
get
no,
an
no, no, no,
example
no,
of
no.
people fucking
We
up and
can
fixing it.
know. We
Hold
can
on,
do
Chris.
a
Let me finish,
comparative
Chris.
analysis of
I'm
the
gonna let you rock,
institution.
Chris. I'm gonna let you rock out, Chris.
Okay, go ahead, go
I'm
ahead,
telling
go
you,
ahead,
the
go ahead.
fact that I can see the ups and downs of African people through time, yo, shows me, yo, that if I ain't on my A game, I will fuck up and sell drugs. But if I am on my A game, yo, I can rise to higher heights. That look at all the families we got, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's based off me knowing that, yo, we can fuck up on our own without nobody. Given the same set of circumstances, dude. That's deep, bro. And I'm gonna let you head. I'm gonna let you get up out of that. That's deep, though. I'm gonna let you rock. Go ahead.
Nah,
Make us Jesus. Go ahead.
no. We're not perfect. There's a lot of well, look. For example, right? We talking about Shaka Zulu, right? Shaka Zulu, and look, I know y'all did. I was watching y'all do Guides of Atheism, and I know y'all. This gonna freak y'all out, right? It's gonna freak y'all out. Hold on, let me go. What was it? I think it was 85. 85, right? I know a lot of people ain't gonna have a conflict of the minds, right? But I mean, what did he say? He said,
Yo,
and this
stick
is
where
this
we
is I
on the
guess
subject.
this is Jordan Ngabani talking about Shaka Zulu, right? He said, any belief in an external power was superstition, and superstition was the person's mortal foe. Shaka killed groups of diviners and witch doctors in the effort to free his people from the grip of superstition. He wanted a nation of truly free men and women who needed no props outside of themselves in order to realize the promise of being human, right? Now,
Got the
Dr.
source.
Bobby Wright, right? He said violence is a life-sustaining dynamic, right? But here's the thing, right?
I
When
got that
Europeans
source
have
too. I
what they
read that
need,
source. I
huh?
read that source because I was trying to show niggas that you got Africans who wasn't believing like everybody, dog. Shaka was like, yo,
Yeah. So I'm saying, I'm saying
yeah.
there was confrontation. What I am saying is that our systems are diametrically opposed. Like Europeans
Fine, bro.
cannot do democracy. Show me an example of Europeans doing democracy ever in history. They can't do it because of their pathology. And that's
No, you
not how
tripping.
I feel personally about them. But look at what's happening. They're not good at governance. The only good thing, the only thing they're good at is violence. That's the only thing. Like the thing that keeps them in power is violence. That's why what they spend way more than everybody on the military. That's not my opinion, but that's how it is. For example, after World War II, when they defeated Germany and whoever was siding with Germany, they inherited the colonial territories of their allies. So what happened? The U.S. went from a nation to an empire. Right now, we're reading Huey Newton. This is how he developed revolutionary intercommunalism, right? Because he said once the U.S. military, right, once they went from only controlling the U.S. and they won that big war, right? Then they were able, then the whole like global, then the whole global, then the whole global the whole economy became like integrated, to the point where Coca-Cola at one point was the biggest employer in Africa, right? So when Huey Newton says no nation exists, it's because they don't have their sovereignty anymore. This is why, for example, you have things like AFRICOM. This is why when, if the United States wants somebody in power, they'll overthrow the existing ruler and then put who they want in place. See, that's not having sovereignty. So all I'm saying is it's not even like even with other white people, even when the US could have coexisted with the Soviet Union, what happened? In 1991, the Soviet Union fell. And Huey Newton in his essay, The Technology Question, and we could go to the Huey Newton reader, he said that the Soviet Union is going to try to coexist with the United States. And they tried. But in 1991, they fell and then they broke apart, and then you get Bosnia and Yugoslavia and all that kind of stuff, right? So all I'm saying is that in terms of them coexisting as a group of people, they cannot. In terms of capitalism, right? How is it that Bezos and Elon Musk and all these people, how do they get the most money, but the majority of people who need the money, they don't get it? Because of what about Dr. Bobby Wright calls the psychopathic racial personality. if you want to pick the Iceman inheritance, or even if you want to look at Urugu, how do people keep coming to these same conclusions over and over and over again? So
Hey,
it's
Chris,
not about how
Whoa,
I
whoa, whoa!
feel.
Don't jump in, Sean. Don't jump in, Chris.
No,
Are you
go
gonna
ahead.
ask,
No,
Chris?
go
Are you
ahead.
gonna ask the question? Do you deny what
Because,
Ted Williams just wrote?
huh?
That's
I
good.
read it. I read it, and I disagree. I
Okay.
disagree.
I
Just
just
like
want to
y'all
get to know.
disagree with Van Sertima, I
Don't get
disagree
mad.
with Chancellor Williams.
Don't. You disagree that Homo sapien brain developed on Africa, yo?
No, I disagree that
They
that
got a
African
different brain.
people and European people have the same relationship to nature. That's just not.
How? We
That's
got a brain.
easily that's
So
easily debunked.
hold on. So
That's
do
easily debunked.
African? So you trying to say that the brain, which primarily navigates through the world, is different than Europeans?
I'm saying we evolve differently. I'm saying the way we see the
Where's that?
world, our worldviews are different.
No, man. No. Listen, we did not evolve differently, yo.
We did.
No, there's only one human, the African, and mutations of that African, yo.
Okay.
Like the desert is just as harsh on your ass as being in a goddamn conundrum, whatever the hell you want to call it, in Russia some damn way, yo. You know what I'm saying? Food supply is low in these different
Go
in these
ahead.
areas.
Okay.
Hey, let me interject real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
So I think the issue that we have is, do we really have a proper understanding of the feudalistic view of Europeans? Because we were encouraged by early writers of our time, who we support and things like that, on how they view Europeans. And you referenced Iceman inheritance, which is actually not a good credible reference now.
Okay.
But I do understand where you're going with that. So here's I'm gonna make it short and skinny.
Okay.
Basically, the argument is that these people developed the way they developed based on where they were in their natural environment, and of course, our ancestors developed the way they developed in their natural environment. However, it does not diminish the activities of each person, because we find sacrifice in Europe, we find sacrifice in Africa, right? You find now, were Africans, when I say were not, let me take that back. Our ancestors were not as disrespectful as Europeans were to their women, if you want to talk about that, but that's a cultural nuance, right?
Okay.
But that's a cultural nuance. So you could take that, you could pull it out, and you could be like, okay, well, look at how they revere revere women in African traditions and culture versus Eurocentric perspectives. They really didn't have a reverence for women because that wasn't a worldview thing for them. Look at how they did their women when they came to America. They had us on the boat and enslaved us and all of these things, but they would sacrifice their women. You know what I'm saying? Like those things were true, right? How do we know that they were true? Is because if you go to Virginia, we look at the archaeological survey, that lady's body that was mutilated and actually eaten, right? The science shows that those people had to survive, and who did they eat? They ate off that lady. They found her bones and all of that, put her story together, printed it out to everybody, and people know of that. So I see that side of it, but we have been overly influenced by certain ideology based on people's geographical location without setting aside our sources and then digging into European historical sources and doing exactly what John Henry Clark asked us to do, and that's to study our enemy and figure out why they were the way they were based on where they were at. And we really haven't took a deep dive into that because we rejected a lot of European information based on their certain ignorant levels or the way some of our ancestors taught. So I think that what Chancellor is saying right here in this moment, based on where Uncle's trying to guide you, is that it is true. Black people can mess up their own stuff. Look at what happened in Kemet when you had just the example in Kemet where they were like, why are we integrating? You know what I mean? That's also in Chancellor's book where he talked about why we're integrating, and then integrating only led to bigger issues. How do we know that that actually happened? Because the historical evidence also points to a time period where people in that region began to look different. And then they began to look different again. And that's because of integration and all the other things that actually took place. So we see that. And we also see it in like the writings. But we have evidence of who foreigners were in certain things and in certain time periods of the land that happened over a calendar. So we have to put it all in proper context. I'm with you. I mean, I'm not as hateful. I'm not as hateful toward white people as you might be, or passionate about the hate about them. But I've been right there in that room. But like I said, you're reading material that other people ain't reading on a level that most people don't even know. Like you go in your library, like they don't even know some of these books you got exist. Mm-hmm. So it's like your perspective is different based on the other research. But we got to include some. We got to include some other Euro scholars in the discussion and see if we can come up with a better conclusion to substantiate that evidence.
I mean,
hey Chris, I bet you ain't got one source.
Hold on. I'll give you Endgame and Derek Jensen's Death Wish, or hell, I mean, hell, you could read Robert Greene. Robert Greene got good history on how Europeans operate. It's actually like if you read 33 Strategies of War, 40 Law, if you look at it from a historical perspective and who in the relationships.
Any cannibalism in Africa, Chris?
Huh?
Is there any cannibalism in Africa, yo?
I mean, you already said there was, right? You already said there was, right?
So I'm just trying to say, man, respect the culture on what it was able to do.
But what I'm saying, hold up.
That's why we look at the culture, yo, because it can inform and transform our character. Not because these niggas was running around perfect. If they was running around perfect, then damn.
But
then
I'm not arguing perfection. I'm not arguing perfection.
Yeah, you are. You're not allowing them to be human. You gotta let them be human, yo. Look, let our ancestors be human, bro.
They can be
That's
human.
The only way our babies can learn.
But they don't have to be the same as the Europeans.
Oh, listen,
that's a long way apart.
Listen, man. Just say you don't like white people, yo. I feel you. Just say I don't like white people.
No. But here's my issue. My issue is like you can't, to even to honor our ancestors, we got to study how their institutions operated, right? And our institutions don't mirror theirs.
150,000 years of African people living on the continent before they left, yo. You don't think somebody punched somebody in the mouth and stole their shit, yo?
I'm not saying they didn't. I'm not saying they did. No, you arguing in absolute. See, that's dogma.
It's 350,000 years, yo.
No. Just because we're more humane doesn't mean we don't ever fight.
No,
but it doesn't mean we'll also not be in a war for 200 years continuously, like this empire is doing.
Hey Chris,
so
listen,
that's all I'm saying.
Hey Chris,
so
listen.
You can't. So
Chris,
so comparing
Chris,
like an ethnic fight,
Chris,
to U.S. being in Iraq and Venezuela, different places.
Let me get this straight. You got a wife with 4 kids, okay, and since he don't get blown up with a thermonuclear weapon, it's better to get the head chopped off by a chief or by a spear. You still losing a husband, yo.
Nah, but
man, you still losing a husband.
Nah, that's not a good analogy.
It is a great analogy, yo.
That's not a good analogy.
You're not in the family no more.
That's not a good analogy. Look, what happened is
he died from a gun. You still died, yo.
No, I'm saying that African people can recover from a war in between 2 groups, right? But Vietnam hasn't recovered. Japan hasn't recovered from the atomic bombs.
Says who?
All I'm saying, I'm saying Vietnam and Japan, they haven't recovered. I'm saying if 2 African groups fight each other, that's one thing. But there's no African, equivalent to imperialism. There's no African equivalent to where we were in Europe, we were in South America, and we were causing people to lose their language. So there's no comparison to chattel slavery.
Hold on, did Shaka assassinate other leaders in Africa?
He did. He was at war. Right, he was at war. No, but see,
they wasn't at war, bro. They was chilling.
He was at war.
Dude, he was slick.
He had people.
Shaka remind me of the American government, yo. They don't just die.
How? No. If he was the American government, then you would lose all these African languages, and then everybody would just be speaking Zulu. See, that's
You
what the
on mute, Kofi.
government does. So that would be a good comparison.
I
Like
know
when
it.
Islam
Yeah, but
come
you
in,
comparing
then they wipe everything off.
you comparing two different time zones though is what the issue is you're going with
No, you're
more
right.
modern information and then going back to Shaka Zulu time. But what we're missing is the actual worldview of Shaka and why he did what he did amongst his people in order to orchestrate a plan to fight against what everybody else is doing. We still have to look like we can all recognize that some people do inhumane stuff.
Yeah.
White, black, or indifferent. That it's just the human nature. Like some people, like when we equate suicides, we don't think about black people committing suicide first. If you close your eyes and I say the word suicide, you're gonna see somebody white, right? Or you might see somebody Arab. Just depends on how you came, what your worldview is. So it's not fair to sit here and say to judge people on like suicide as an example. So then we say school shootings.
I love that you brought that up.
If I say school shootings, you're gonna say white people commit mass shootings, right? They're known for doing mass shootings in America. Now, not worldwide, but in America, they're known for school shootings. So you'll look at that and you'll say that, and then you'll equate that to the overall dynamic of white people. But it's more them than us. But we are equally insane and crazy based on our experience. Because we got people that are doing some devious things to our own people and have no respect for any of that. You know what I'm saying? So just an example. Let me give you a real life example.
Okay.
Now I know you know because I mentioned it the other day.
Okay.
But that was a hit that was put on my cousin.
Okay.
2 people that killed him. That was a hit. That hit didn't come from a white man. That came from a black dude.
Seen.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was put on him. And that's what I see. But that's a different reality. I know you see it too, but that's a different reality. The way that we actually coexist, we just saying in general, man, that we can destroy our own. We have done it. We've proven that we've done it without their help. They influenced us. Now, in the slave trade, they influenced the downfall because we didn't unite. We had a moment to unite. Some people did unite to fight against slavery. But when we had that moment to fight against slavery, other people did not. They chose greed over unification. And then that corrupted a lot of kingdoms. And that broke down kingship and African existence over there. And then that made it a bigger issue. You know what I'm saying? So Haru said we're talking in the micro level. But you have to look at it, bro. Our ability to infuse to open our hands out to basically to receive guns. They gave us the gun. We didn't have guns. They gave us the guns. But what did we do with the guns? We turn around and use the guns on each other.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, they played a role in it, a facilitating role in the arms, but they didn't play a role in the actual murder. So that was on us. So we got to take accountability for what actually did happen to us. Basically, is all we saying in that 226. I mean, 225 is saying.
I just feel like we better. I feel like we better people, Chris. But that's my opinion, yo. But I ain't gonna act like I don't see where the first wars broke out was in Africa, where they was murdering people. Yo, like, don't make me go to the archaeological record on you. I'm trying to stay away from that.
You could go to I
don't want to do it.
Go to the archaeological record.
Nope, not gonna do it.
So here's my response, right? So in the Omni African Collective, right?
What's the date?
The psychopathic racial personality, right?
What's the date? What's the date on that book? What's the date?
I mean, I think Dr. Bobby Wright died in 81. This didn't get published until what was it? It got published in I think 84, I believe.
All right, go ahead, read them.
One of the things he said was deliberately preventing a people from developing life-sustaining options and promoting conditions of self-destruction are acts of genocide. Therefore, Black suicide is a method of genocide.
Huh?
Therefore, Black suicide is a method of genocide promoted and controlled worldwide by the white race. So what does he mean by that? He means who controls the media, right? I'm not gonna go with the whole Alex Jones thing of the Jews, right? We could just generally say white people. How majority of white people own most of the land, right? White people, they control, the military, right? They control a lot of the food. They control, the technology, right? So when you keep giving a people images that are violent, that are destructive, that are negative over and over, and black people don't control their food, black people don't control their hospitals, black people don't control their schools. So then you remove all the resources, you give them drugs, you give them guns, and then you say, figure it out. Yeah, they manipulate the violence. They profit off of the violence. They created a system and imposed it on us and then said, oh, but it's y'all fault, right? Same thing with Africa. They did the same thing in Africa. So yeah, our liberation is definitely our responsibility, but we didn't create this.
You moved the goalpost.
I didn't move the goalpost. I didn't move the goalpost. For example, if you have a prisoner of war and you and huh?
It say Cuba shows how blacks themselves do undermine and destroy some of their own best institutions and replace black democracy with black autocracy without the slightest of external influence or aid whatsoever. What is more and often overlooked, because that's what you don't, Chris, a king may become a despot by the will of the people. This development, incidentally, is a further justification of my rejection of two equally false doctrines. One is the contentions of whites that the great institutions in Africa were Caucasian in origin, and whites that the great institutions in Africa were Caucasian in origin. And the other is that contentions of blacks that great African institutions were destroyed by Caucasians. See, that's the shit you saying. You basically saying that we wasn't fucked up to them goddamn white people came and they fuck up our institutions. You saying it. The chancellor is talking to you. They say by Caucasians and other outsiders. And by them alone. That's what you hitting it.
Hold up. When did Islam get to Africa?
Man, just let me finish, yo. Islam is brand new, yo. This shit is 1500s. You tripping. What it all means, let's say what it all means, is that the African people act and reject and react. The African people act and react just as all, it's a word there called all. You know what all mean? All, not half, not all of them, as all other peoples do, with the same motivation. So if you got the same motivation, get that nigga with all the money and rob that nigga, you might just do it. Conditions, being in the goddamn Sahara, them niggas over there got all that money, driving around in Benzes, and we ain't got shit in this desert, he gonna get robbed. Or similar circumstances. What's the similar circumstances? Aims and objectives. So for me, when I read that shit, it broke my motherfucking heart. 15 years ago, my heart was broken. I say, damn, I thought them niggas walked on water, flew through the air, and never did nothing wrong. Now I see that they was Homo sapiens sapiens, and then that's when I start getting a profound respect for them goddamn Africans that formed a culture that constructed and shaped the human goddamn character. I'm done, bro. I'm just saying. You go beat up Chancellor now.
No. What? And I put this in volume 3, by the way, right? Hold up, let me go to it. But basically, in reading, Dr. McDougall's work, Research in Africana Studies, I would call that, or he would call that, a overgeneralization.
Really?
So, yeah, because so
how's that
here's my pushback, right? Why in Sheikh Anta Diop's pre-colonial Black Africa, right?
I don't know.
Why isn't there why isn't there an African, equivalent to chattel slavery? They we didn't have seasoning, we didn't have all of the we didn't have it to that level. So even people who were prisoners
that was just the African though. You can't those people did what they did because they didn't have any understanding. You got to remember they had no natural resources or anything like that up there, not to the level of what Africans had it at. So it was more of a, man, look, you can work your debt off or I'm gonna enslave your whole family, or we going to war, there's gonna be some bloodshed, or they would take the slave and sacrifice the slave to the deities.
True.
You know what I'm saying? For the safety and protection of the community. They would make one sacrifice. So a lot of those people that they enslaved, Chris, ended up being a part of those human sacrifices until they grew out of that. But they had to grow out of that.
Well, what I'm saying is,
hey, Chris, hold on. Let me make this
behavior, they haven't made that evolution. So I'm saying we've evolved more.
Whoa. Hey, Chris, watch this. I want you to know that if you read Samson's work, he says, at first, we wasn't enslaving people. At first. As soon as the goddamn conditions was, remember what they did was they actually did like they did the black community. Europeans came in and disrupted the trade. There was no need for enslaving motherfuckers. It was a healthy trade going on. You had no need to do that shit. But as soon as that shit got disrupted and the other shit was cut off, niggas started saying, man, I don't really like these niggas anyway. I'm gonna have to sell them. It started happening. He tells you at first it wasn't like that. But after those conditions got ripe and the only business was the business of slavery, dude, they did it. Now we can pick out people like Nzinga that refused to do it, but then Truth give me a source from motherfucking from UNESCO that says she might have had some damn slaves. I argued them down, but I seen the shit. I'm just saying.
I've heard that before.
Like your wife, my wife, nobody's wife is gonna let us starve. No. They're like, need to go get that shit. But I don't want to be, and I might be fighting it on the first day. I ain't got no food, I might fight it. On the second day, I don't want to get it, I don't get it. Yo, on that fifth day, when I get hungry, yo, I don't know, dog.
Well, how come the behavior doesn't change when the resources change?
Behavior do change, though.
No, it doesn't, though. It doesn't. Why do they put so much money toward the military? That's crazy. They don't need that much money.
Man, we put the Egyptians. How much money the Egyptians put in their military?
Well, I mean, was it as much? Was it comparative to what? I mean, like what we see from the United States?
They put enough to keep motherfuckers off their ass. So that's what you're gonna do.
Keep, but they wasn't just going around conquering the entire world.
Says you. They went to Jerusalem.
So
they was in Jerusalem.
Hold up. Where's the European country that was conquered by African people?
What in the hell is the Egyptians doing all the way up in Palestine somewhere with other people live there? They taking mines, dude. You think motherfuckers is smiling at them on their shit? They fighting. They go to work and tell you they fighting niggas, yo.
I'm saying when Africans have what they need, have they gone over to other people and just conquered them just to conquer them? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Man, they went over there and took the daggone resource. I don't know. I mean, look, man, I ain't mad at the Egyptians doing it. You?
No, but I'm saying to the point where you dominate a people where they're disconnected from their culture, their religion, their philosophy, all of that.
No, they let people bring their deities and their pantheon and all that, yo.
That's the Southern Cradle, huh? That's the Southern Cradle. See, you just proved it.
I'm just saying that it's not all black, it's not all white. I'm just saying, yo, like, I'm not saying it was like you. I'm just trying to say, given the exact same circumstances they was dealt with, then you would have seen it. Like, I'm gonna save one for you. Okay. I got a big one in the chamber. I'm gonna save it for you because I don't feel like doing it right now. I'm gonna save it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to tell you that, man, give thanks to the ancestors that developed the culture, yo. That was serious. You know what I'm saying? It just was, yo. You can look at it. Look at Egypt. Look at West Africa. Look at the things they did. But in certain circumstances, man, shit wasn't always like that.
Oh no, I'm not arguing perfection or they never made a mistake. No, they obviously made mistakes. And there's a lot of stuff.
You basically said
what you say about Mansa Musa? What you say about Musa?
Oh no, Mansa Musa, he was an
No. I'm just saying something. I think he messed up something.
Askia, the great. Am I saying it right?
You said you messed up something though. I think you got a day wrong. We just trying to make sure we could.
What I get wrong?
What you say about the 1500s?
I ain't saying nothing about the 1500s. No, I don't think I said nothing about the 1500s.
Did you say something about Musa?
Nope, I ain't gonna say nothing about Musa. You wrote something on it. Yo, we cannot hear you, Kofi.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kofi, we
what
can hear you.
happened? Oh,
No,
Lumen.
I'm
it's
just listening. I got a whole lot to say, but no, man, I'm finna get off
Man,
here.
when
But,
you say what you gotta say,
no, he didn't say nothing about. I'm saying he didn't say nothing about Mansa Musa. He did
we
mention
trying to hear
the
what you gotta say.
he mentioned the 1500s, but
Nah,
Okay.
but
he
Kofi,
was
didn't
just
you
saying
talk
that was
about
earlier
Islam the other
1500 when
day?
he was talking about Islam. That's what he said. He didn't mention
Okay,
it.
you missed it out. Okay.
Nah,
Mhm.
Islam, cause check out the joke. He was talking about it in here, right?
No, he said Islam made Africa better. You ain't read that part in there, yo?
No, I read that, but I'm saying
Go
Mossi
read
was
that.
fighting back.
You believe that?
No, I don't believe that.
See?
But what was the whole show about? It was about updating information, right? I mean, did
Yeah,
the Nation
right.
of
You
Islam make the
gonna
black
update that,
community
yo. He
better?
said Islam made it better. I was mad as shit at Diaz for that, yo. But don't tell
Yeah,
them about it.
nah.
Diaz said it though. They be like, nah, he ain't said it. It's right there. He said it. He said Islam, not for Islam, yo. He said we was in about Berg status.
You slipped up with the time. You said 15. You said
It's
Islam in
1587,
Africa
right?
wasn't until the 1500s, but it
I
was
want
the
to know. I
16th
say
century.
when Islam started. When Islam 1400, right? Islam.
Nah, way
No,
before then, right?
way but the
Yeah,
7th
the
century.
7th century. Yeah, it started around the 7th century.
No,
earliest,
man, y'all
yeah.
tripping, yo.
Yes,
No,
sir.
Muhammad the
Yes,
Conqueror.
sir.
The Prophet Muhammad, yo, is
no.
what?
Listen to me.
14 foot.
No, listen to me. Listen to me.
When did Islam start? That's what I'm talking about, yo. That's what I'm.
Nah, I ain't talking about when it started. I'm talking
That's what
about
I
when
was
it
talking
came
about.
into
Oh
Africa.
no, okay. Well, you take no. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just talking about when Islam started. That's what I thought he asked me. Right.
About the 6th to 7th century.
Yeah, that's around 611, like Yasna said.
740, yeah, 740, right?
We see it in the 7th century.
Yes, sir.
One person
All right, you're right. 740.
creeps up into West Africa.
It's facts. Facts.
And we just trying to we was trying to iron it out. It wasn't enough. We just
Now
that's
you're right. 740, right? That's when it is. That's when they came into Egypt, right? When they come into Egypt, 640.
no, just saying the 600s.
Yeah, it was 640 when you seen them coming to Egypt, though.
Yep, 640. When that,
Mhm.
yeah. No, y'all right though. But go ahead though. I ain't gonna blame nothing on nothing. Yo, I'm saying I mean shit, man. Y'all studied that time period heavily, yo. They was very, very organized, yo, and the Islam came in and disrupted shit. Like that's the truth, yo. What you want me to say?
Nah, yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah, these
Islam.
people together.
But I actually went off on the teacher because she started talking about Islamic science, and I was like, Islamic science?
Yeah, they did have signs. They had House of Wisdom. They really did, dog.
No, but I'm saying, but didn't we have science before then?
Yeah, but they added to it. That's what science do. It add to it. You don't get you the shit they get you without the shit in Africa. Like you don't get. I say it all the time. You don't get a rocket without a guy there going bow and arrow, dog. You was not gonna just out of nowhere build a fucking rocket.
But
you
they
need
take
a projectile. You need a bullet first.
Yeah, but they take all the credit though. That's what I'm saying. Like Arabs will act like they invented and created everything.
If I can go to Mark Bonnell book and he talk about Newton, Sir Isaac Newton talks about the Egyptians, yo. He was praising the Egyptians for their science, yo. That's Sir Isaac Newton, bro. So I don't listen to nobody, yo. I listen to the scientists themselves. Yeah, they be like, yo, they did this, they did that. They were some serious dudes. Any serious textbook you get will tell you that medical science is coming straight out of Africa, yo. Ain't nobody debating that shit. You a fucking fool. The scholars
so what
tell
y'all
you
think about the Charles
science.
Finch what's it called? The African background to medical science. I got it right here. Hold up.
Yeah, that's deep. Yeah. I'm saying, but scientists don't act like that ain't what happened. A scientist don't act like that's not what happened. Didn't happen. They give credit. Other Europeans will start talking that shit, but not doctors and scientists. Because they know. They were like, no, we got that from there. We made it better. We on that foundation shit. Now that's a weird thing scientists and doctors do. They give credit.
Oh yeah, yep. That's important. That's definitely important. I mean, like even even with the politics and the and just the economics, a lot of people that's a place where a lot of people get stuck. A lot of people get stuck on them politics and economics, man.
Yeah, they stay stuck on that. But I mean, it is what it is, man. What shit, man.
Hey man, before we dip out, man, Kofi got a lot that he want to get off his chest. So I do want to Kofi. While y'all sitting in the midst of the whole build up, we done went in a whole nother direction. Y'all wanted to bring y'all own conversations to the live stream. No, I just messing.
No, yeah, they went in a whole other direction. But it's all good. I already knew. I knew. When Chris said one thing, I said, "Watch this." I already said about that. Him and Alfred to go back and forth. That's why I said I'm just gonna mute my mic and I'm just gonna listen. I'm not gonna say nothing what I want to say. But no, I'm good, man. I'm finna get out here. I'm good, man. This was a good build, though. This was a good build.
That's a good build, Chris. I'm with you, though, Chris.
Oh yeah, and what's it called? I think you got to read what's the name, Hubert Harrison. I think I meant to tell you that you got to read Hubert Harrison.
Yeah, that's my man, yo. That's the what? What? Black Soccer?
He got a new book. I got one of them. I got the.
You ain't never sent me the title, yo. You bugging? You cheating?
It's this one. It's this one.
You ain't sharing nothing. Yo, the man spoke.
I forgot I had
Hebrew.
What's the name of the book?
I need that.
It's Hubert Harrison, and this is one by Jeffrey Perry. Hubert Harrison. What is it? The Voice of Harlem Radicalism. 1883 to 1918, and the one from 1918 to 1927 just came out.
Yeah, that's a real black atheist right there, yo. He on the corner.
Man, he ain't no joke. I do disagree with them calling him Black Socrates because I feel like he's more like you know like Imhotep or somebody, but that's the time period.
Say his name again, Chris.
It's a Hubert Harrison. Hubert Henry Harrison.
Nah, this is with you.
Hubert Harrison.
Yeah, he was no joke.
Let me see it. Let me see the book again.
Let me blow him up on there. Hold on. Let's hold it up.
Hold it up, Chris.
All right, I'm enlarging. All right, they can see you better now.
Hubert Harrison. Yeah, that's that's the wolf pack right there, bro.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm right there. I'm right there.
With I think Sean. Well, hold up, I gotta get the time.
Yeah, I ain't doing it no other way, yo. I can't listen to nobody else, yo. I'm right there. I'm right there where he was at.
Yeah, because
I can't do it. I can't do it.
There with Schomburg, I think, right?
Of course.
Schomburg, and I think maybe John G. Jackson.
Oh, there you go, bro. That's the pack I stand on. I call them the Wolf Pack. They ain't trying to hit none of that. They ain't doing no God games. They ain't doing none of that. They just not doing it. I hearing it, and they gave me courage to be able to say what I say the way I said it, dog. Like, come on, yo. It ain't hard, yo. Yeah, and nobody big ups them, dude. They leave them all.
No, they don't give them no credit.
They give them no
credit ever.
Give them no credit.
Hey, listen. Truth is asking y'all a specific question. He wants to know who Hubert Harrison is. Do you know who Hubert Harrison is? Don't hold the book up. Tell us who he is. Can you give True Story his Black History moment on Kofi Piesie TV right now? Make him feel good. He's listening.
Okay, I mean,
come on now.
Hubert Harrison, he would be somebody who identified as a Black atheist along with a self-taught Black scholar. I believe one of the organizations he founded was like the Liberty League. What was his publication? I know he wrote Negro in the Nation and Africa Awakes. He was real he was real hard on the United States for not applying democracy, which went to one of my earlier points. Hold up, because I got
yeah, right, yo.
There's a reason though, because like because people are watching and we say Hubert Harrison and then we don't explain who it is. To his point that he's trying to make in the chat, to his point, I already know it, is that it educate the people who have no idea, so they can also go and get the word.
Yeah.
But because he's instrumental on why we even sitting on the panel.
No, you absolutely. He actually had a real contentious relationship with Garvey. He didn't agree with a lot of what Garvey was doing in terms of.
He wrote the newspaper though, yo.
Yeah.
Newspaper, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wrote the Garvey. So the history was put together by the atheists in Garvey group. Don't play with me, dog.
John G. Jackson, and Dr. Ben, right?
Don't play with me, dog. Like I'll be like, okay, yo, like you need the atheists to tell the story, yo, because they ain't gonna mix it. They ain't gonna like, yo, well, maybe God kind of looked at him. No, let me stop. You ain't gonna do that. I ain't even gonna put that burden on your heart like that, yo.
Oh.
But yeah, look up Hubert Harris.
Hold up, because hold up. This is the one that's gonna throw y'all off. I bet y'all know who this is though.
I just
Nah,
seen
man, he
this.
got that thing on his head, man. He looked like York.
Nah, that's Carlos Cooks. He was
What the hell is that on his head, yo?
that's the hat that Lumumba had on. That Patrice Lumumba had
Oh,
on.
okay, yeah.
He was an African nationalist. He was supposed to be the heir apparent to Garvey, but he is arguably he was more influential to Malcolm X than even Elijah Muhammad in terms of black nationalism. So like real quick, I just want to tell y'all, like Elijah Muhammad, he only cared about what he called black nationalism in rhetoric so he could get money for himself and his family, right? But politically, he didn't agree with Malcolm ever. If you read Carl Evans' Judas Factor, right? Malcolm would go ham, right? And he would talk about the U.S. He would go all the way in, right? He would talk like Khalid Muhammad, right? And Elijah Muhammad would always tell him to chill, even though he talking about the white man is the devil. But if that devil had some money for him, then he was a good guy. So, you know, Malcolm, he was more inspired by the John Henry Clark, the Carlos Cooks, and probably even Hubert Harrison indirectly, based on the foundation that they laid in Harlem. So a lot of the black nationalism that you see in Harlem was a product of all these black scholars. Because when you start getting into theory and structure and organization, a cult is always going to revert back into whatever the leader says. So, like what happened when they murdered Malcolm, then they murdered the 5% leaders, and they murdered Hanafi family. So it's always a domino effect. That's why they didn't make Malcolm, so they couldn't make another Malcolm. Malcolm was a product of John Henry Clark, Hubert Harrison, Carlos Cooks, John G. Jackson. Like that culture in Harlem that was cultivated, that's what created Malcolm. But the NOI, they create, demagogues. So you get Farrakhan, you get all these people who are only concerned about money. But it was he was behind Bob Black. Hold up, I can show you that. And he was behind Black is Beautiful. He went ham on religion. He was one of the first people to go ham, on Islam. He was one of the main ones talking about house Negroes, or he called them cash Negroes. Who else? But yeah, he even talks about a labor organizer named Ira Kemp. But yeah, like that like 20 to the 20s to like 50s, that's a real overlooked part of black radical history. That's when you get into like the African blood, brotherhood and stuff like that. So
John Edwin Bruce.
Oh yeah. I seen his name. I gotta read more of his work though. I gotta read more of his work.
Pan-African nationalist. Born a slave in Maryland.
And Richard B. Moore, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, strong. They was co-founder, all right, of the Negro Society of Historical Research.
Oh, because hold on, I think I did a presentation on the Talented 10th, right? Talking about what was the
I did.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that, because I got another joint on Du Bois, right? And I think the intention, it was like his intention, I think, was more of to build a think tank, but I think, of course, like a whole bunch of other stuff, it got co-opted and just turned into a whole elitist thing. But yeah.
All right, man. Hey, we're gonna wrap this thing up. We've been rocking and a half, man.
That was a good rock. That was a good rock.
Perfect.
It was a good rock. Always a good rock.
Perfect. Pray for the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs got to beat up the GOAT. The GOAT got him. I told you I was going with the GOAT.
Man, they cheated, but it's cool.
I ain't gonna say they cheated, bro. I ain't gonna say they cheated. They didn't have their offensive line was trash because they missing 2 tackles. And they preyed on them tackles too. Them 2 rookie tackles that was out there, trash. Trash.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
So what was wrong with that 2 tackles though, yo? All of a sudden out of nowhere.
One of
Just
them
got
tore
hurt.
Achilles, and the other one was I think I don't know what the other one was, but he was hurt as well.
Since the last game?
He
No,
tore
it
the
was before
Achilles
the
in the
game.
last game. Oh
It was a couple games, I think.
Oh, in the last game.
no,
Dang.
he tore his Achilles 2 weeks ago in the at the end of the game when
Oh,
they was
yeah.
driving down the field.
oh man. Dang.
Yeah, the last play of the game, he ended up tearing his Achilles up. The good left tackle,
Oh
the
man.
one who
That's
would have been
a whole
blocking.
game right there.
Yeah, that they needed him more so than the other tackle, but the
Yeah,
other tackle was already hurt.
he might not
They
have
was
told him. They might have made it seem like that happened, so they could get up, so they could give him the
Brady.
one for it. Yeah, they cheated.
Nah, man, you tripping.
I
You sound like
stand
the
Brady.
this time, yo.
Can't stand the truth is, yo, I can't. Well, I can't. I couldn't stand it when he was in New England. I said if he win this Super Bowl away from New England, yo, then your game is tight. I'm gonna give it to him. So he got 7 now. You gotta give it to him, yo.
No, you gotta give. But that team and his supporting cast was crazy this year.
Yeah, they put Wishbone on there, yo.
Hey,
Man,
listen. This is the best the Bucks defense played all year.
and
Period.
this
They're
probably
running around acting crazy, yo. They was hyped up.
it's probably the most talented offense though. I mean, I know that Patriots one with Moss, but this probably, I mean, Fournette, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Garcon. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he
man.
got that shit right there. You got a good tight end. They got a good wise, number one wide. Didn't just throw Wishbone in there, yo, for good records. That's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
You throw Brown in there, yo, out of nowhere. He a Hall of Famer. He a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah, he that dude. You know what I'm
Easy.
saying? Put him in there. He got them hands of steel, yo. Soft steel, yo. That ball hit his hands and stick. Hot steel. Bow. Ain't going nowhere, yo. That's crazy, yo.
Because I don't even
Brady
think
had
this was like I don't even think Brady, like, even based on his standard, I don't even think he had to really play all that good, but man.
he was throwing that apple hard.
Nah,
he
he
was coming out on time and on target, yo. Yeah, but we ain't gonna talk about him. This Black History Month. Let's talk about black quarterbacks. Black History Month. The hell with Brady, yo. He cheated anyway, yo. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's gonna be Blackology 102.
Oh man, let's get the black quarterbacks. Lamar and them. Damn, the black quarterback lost the Super Bowl, yo. They did it on purpose to show that we really wasn't as good as them at the quarterback position. Yo, they set it up. They gave him the vaccine 2 weeks before the game. Mahomes was slow because of the coronavirus vaccine, yo.
Yep. He didn't take his vitamin C.
Mahomes sold us out, yo. That's what he said. We was rooting for him too, yo.
He didn't meet with
We always
Farrakhan.
rooting for him.
He didn't meet with Farrakhan, so you know he ain't gonna win if he don't meet with Farrakhan.
Oh, who met with Farrakhan?
No, I'm saying Mahomes, he got to meet with Farrakhan. That's he gotta get the Allah vaccine from Wesley Muhammad.
Get the berries, the elderberries, crushed up elderberries.
Got to get that bean pie vaccine.
You don't call it the bean pie vaccine. Well, you don't say. True Cradle Theory.
On that note, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call that a peace out to everybody in the chat.
All right.
We'll catch them later on the flip side.